and then to lose that is devastating. I think about my own experience in Game 7, winning 7 of them. The 2 still hurt to this day. What could I have done different? You know, you always say that you got to lose in order to understand how to win. I do agree with that. I think there are lessons in loss and in failure, both as a team and as an individual. If I had my preference, I would have liked to have learned those lessons while I was winning. But unfortunately, that's just not the way it is. But I look back at it now and just think about how grateful I am for all the lessons in wins and the losses, because it really ends up defining who you are as a person and as a player.
Get the latest news, opinion, and analysis from MMA to boxing and the professional wrestling world 24/7. SiriusXM Fight Nation, SiriusXM 156, and the SXM app.
I'm Frank Track.
You're listening to NHL Play-by-Play on SiriusXM.
From high above ringside at DOMO Arena in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. This is Sunday, March 9th, 2025. And this is Vegas Golden Knights hockey. Hello again, everybody. Dan Duva, Gary Lawless here for a division showdown, the Knights and the Kings.
It's a really important game for the Golden Knights. They're good at home. LA is good at home. Vegas is about to go out on the road. LA is going to go home for a long stretch. A real good opportunity for the Golden Knights to just about bury the Kings in the Pacific Division race.
Won last night in overtime against St. Louis. They're 9 points back of Vegas, third in the division starting the day. Bruce Cassidy next, presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. This is the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
At Anthem Injury Lawyers, our 6 C's are what we've built our business upon. Care, compassion, and concern for our clients, colleagues, and community is what we strive for. Our goal is to ensure that when you're hurt in an accident, you'll get the best care and compensation you deserve, as easy and as swiftly as possible. We won't leave you behind. Give us a call at 702-857-6000.
Did you know you can get 2 hot dogs for just $4 at AM/PM?
Wait, can you mix and match flavors?
Duh. I just got the new Al Pastor sausage and a classic AM/PM dog.
Wild. What will you tell me next? That a hot dog's not a sandwich?
It's meat between bread, dude. It's the definition of a sandwich.
Grab 2 hot dogs for $4 and large fountain drinks for 89 cents at AM/PM today. AM/PM, too much good stuff. Plus, tax where applicable. Prices and participation may vary. Terms and conditions apply. Large AM/PM fountain cup available in Washington, Oregon, and California. Extra large fountain cups are available for 89 cents in Arizona and Nevada markets.
Back to the game with the Vegas Golden Knights on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
At T-Mobile Arena on a Sunday afternoon, the Golden Knights host the Los Angeles Kings. I'm Dan Duva with head coach of the Knights, Bruce Cassidy. Shutout victory for your club, Bruce. What did you see in the contest? 4-0 win against the Penguins.
Got better as the game went along. Obviously not the start we wanted. They were quicker than us early, but we found our game. Power play took some of their momentum away offensively, even though we didn't score on it, kind of settled us down. We had a few good looks and then got a few net front opportunities. Pearson scored a nice goal, and second period I thought we got better, and then started the third, kind of put them away and really did a nice job getting to the finish line. You know, you want to close out games this time of year, and we didn't take our foot off the gas at all.
Riley Smith makes his triumphant return, and the ovation from warm-ups to the lineup introductions, and then when he's on the ice, his first couple of shifts, they're chanting his name. What did you make of Riley's return, his 400th game as a Golden Knight?
Yeah, good to have him back. He's a good player for us. One of the misfits, so I think they're all, and as they should be, they're admired here by our fan base. They kind of set the foundation and the wheels in motion for this franchise. So good to have him back. And I think with each game he plays, he'll get more comfortable. Obviously spent a lot of time with Marchessault and Carlson. Neither one's in the lineup right now. One's not even here. So hopefully Carly gets healthy soon, but we'll find a spot for him where he'll help us win.
You've talked a little bit in the last few days. Again, you don't have William Karlsson right now, so you can't do exactly what you might envision going forward. But let's just take Tanner Pearson, for example. Consecutive multi-point games here and playing with Jack Eichel and Mark Stone for the most part. What have you seen there?
Well, it's a good spot to be in because Mark Stone and Jack Eichel are pretty good hockey players. but you don't find your way there by accident. We've always liked a guy that could get inside, get to the net. Pierce had a tough time with Nick Waugh. They just offensively hadn't clicked for a little bit, so splitting them up a little bit. Pierce has always gone to the net. I thought he worked hard. We tried it at the end of one game. He looked good up there, so reward him a little bit. He's been a good pro for us, and it's working out for us, right? We'll see where everyone lands. Typically, that would be Barbie's spot. He's going really well with Howden and Kolasar, so we may have found something. You never know. It's good to have balance, and right now we have a lot of that.
Yeah. How about the shot in the arm for Ilya Samsonov?
Yeah, he needed a good game. I think he'd be the first to admit his previous 2, maybe even 3, wasn't as sharp as he needed to be. We played better in front of him, although I'll say this, he made the stops early, gave us confidence, gave himself confidence, and from there I thought we did a good job, but those are the timely saves. When you look at a 4-0 game, sometimes you think, well, the goaltender, not a big part of it, but he was the first 5 or 6 minutes, and I think that was good for him.
We touched on this the other day, but just stepping back, integrating new players last year, trade deadline, Hanifin, Hurdle, we've talked about. This year, the integration is more or less done. I know Theodore and Carlson are not available right now, but Saad's been here for 10 games. Riley Smith is a known commodity. I wonder if that allows you, over the last 20 games, to get even closer to the game that you want to have.
Yeah, it's easier. There's no doubt. Hanny came in last year, and I thought he hit the ground running. The spot was there for him. Hurdle was hurt, so by the time he got into the lineup, we were down to the last 10 days or so, and we had our 4 centers. He's a natural center, so does he go to the wing? So there's a little bit of that, but at the end of the day, Satter has had a little more time, slotted right in. Smitty plays both wings, so he knows he'll bounce around here a little bit probably, which is fine. I think he's pleased to be here and have an opportunity to take another run at a Stanley Cup, so we'll find where he best fits. It just might take a little longer. As I said, Satter seems to be doing well with Hurdle and Dorofeev, and we'll see where Riley fits.
Los Angeles Kings, the opponent, and they have a victory against the Golden Knights when the Knights were down in L.A. You had a lead going to the third. They end up winning the game, though. What do you see in the Los Angeles Kings right now, now that the trade deadline has passed?
Yeah, they added a forward that can help them on the power play, so they're pretty much the same team. They're a solid team. They've struggled a little bit lately. They were making a good run, and they took a step back here in the last 10 days or so, but they're still a good team and have beat us 2 out of 3 times, so we have to be aware of that. I think the last game in there, we were doing fine. All of a sudden, the third period got away from us, so full 60 minutes is important. They check well. Didn't give us anything off the rush. We had to go around their neutral zone defense, which is fine. You just got to be prepared to deal with that and execute once you get in the zone for your offense. But our team's playing better. We're playing good hockey, so should be a great game.
Bruce, thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
That's Bruce Cassidy. We're back with more in a moment, presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. This is the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
UMC, your hometown hospital since 1931, is proud to partner with our hometown team, the world champion Vegas Golden Knights. As the team's exclusive hospital provider, we stand ringside, ready to keep our Golden Knights in top shape, just as we stand by our community with the highest level of care, which now includes 24/7 online care. It's UMC's commitment to excellence for everyone in our hometown. Sign up at umconline.com.
Will you be the next Vegas Golden Knights game day giveaway winner? One lucky customer will win a $1,500 shopping spree, home game tickets, and a hotel stay at Circa Resort and Casino every week. Spend $12 in-store or at the pump with your Terribles app to qualify. Plus, earn bonus entries with any Bud Light purchase throughout the season. Every day is game day, exclusively at Terribles. Visit Terribles.com for details.
Ready and set to go at T-Mobile Arena on this Sunday afternoon. Game 63 this season, game 600 in Golden Knights regular season history, and the 36th against these Kings. Knights have a slight edge, 3 points better than the Kings over the course of 35 previous meetings, but LA has won 2 of 3 this year. Aiden Hill in goal to our right, David Riddick in goal to our left, ready for the opening draw. It'll be Brett Howden against Philip Deneau. Kings win it, underway here in game 63. Offensive zone pressure comes from Keegan Kolasar, who sends it around the rim. Out to the left point, Barbashev turns and flings it on net. Grabbed there by Riddick, and he has the whistle. Starters for the Knights, Howden between Barbashev and Kolasar. The defense, Nicholas Hague and Alex Pietrangelo. Kings go with their third line as well. Warren Fogle, Philip Deneau, Trevor Moore. And on defense, Mikey Anderson and Drew Doughty. David Riddick is the backup goaltender for the Kings. He is 12-12-2 this year. He has lost his last 7 road games. Drive from up top by Haig is high, deflects out of play. And eventually back into the catching mitt of David Riddick, making his 26th start, 28th appearance. Darcy Kemper, 2-0 against the Knights this year, but he played yesterday, Gary, and overtime went against the St. Louis Blues. A low event game, but Quentin Byfield won it in OT, 2-1.
A big game for LA and an important point for St. Louis. They're trying to track down the Calgary Flames for that last wild card spot in the West.
Calgary at 70, Vancouver and St. Louis at 69. Blues have played a couple of more games than have Calgary and Vancouver. Face-off win for the Knights, but it'll come out to the neutral zone. Hanifin turned it over. Kings nearly were offside. They delay enough to get onside, and Byfield sends it in. Byfield with goals in consecutive games for Los Angeles. Now it's Tanner Pearson, the former King. He's got 4 points in the last 2 games. Got a whistle for a hand pass in the neutral zone against Vegas. Just in the first minute of play, no score.
Yeah, I did a little research on the Blues, and their remaining schedule is the easiest in the NHL. Their opponents average a points percentage of .519 the rest of the way home. That is the easiest schedule in the NHL.
It sounds pretty good. 519 is over 500, but in the NHL, because of the 3-point games, most teams actually end up above 500, even if you're below the halfway mark in the standings. It's a curious statistical anomaly, but that's how it works. With some games worth 3 points, others worth 2. Knights recover the dump in by the Kings. In come Eichel with Stone. Stone back for Eichel. Centered. Bowden goes wide left as a King ran into the goaltender. Riddick without a stick. Eichel couldn't get a shot away, though. Up top for Hanifin. He misses over the net. Riddick reached for a stick and missed it. It's now further away from up top. White Cloud's bid blocked. The Knights could not get a good look after the collision among Kings in the crease. And Riddick scrambling a little bit back to a goaltending posture. The Knights' top line creating a dangerous situation in transition, but ultimately do not get a shot on goal. Just over a minute gone by in the first, 0-0. As the Knights look for their 5th consecutive victory and make it a 5-0 homestand. This is their 7th game now out of the Four Nations break. They have won 5 of 6. The only blemish was in Los Angeles, Monday the 24th of February. In Los Angeles, they had a 2-1 lead after 2. Ended up losing the game 5-2. Knights win a no-zone draw left wing side. Protected at the left wall by Dorothea. He swirls it behind into the skates of Tomas Hertl. And now it's found by Dorothea. Walks in front off the left side of the net. He could not pull it all the way to his backhand as he charged left goal line. It's out to center. Caden Korzak backs it up. Forward to Dorothea. Havel sitting on 24 goals. Now here's Hertl, also at 24. Centered! Saad is stopped at point-blank range by Riddick. Oh my goodness, Saad with a great opportunity. Kings in transition, lose the puck in the slot. Found by Kopitar, back to the point for a drive. Deflects over to Vegas net. On that opportunity by Joel Edmondson. Knights on the puck in their own end. And it's Hertl to settle it down.
Dorothea had 10 attempts against Pittsburgh, and he was dynamite, just didn't score. Yeah. He's right off the same start tonight.
Yeah. 5 out of those 10 were on goal.
Yeah.
Our rough guess, Gary, was close enough to score 3 goals in the game. He's sitting on 24 for the season, as is Tomas Hertl. Battle for the puck is on the near side as Haig chips it down to the corner. Watt and Riley Smith give chase. Riley Smith's 900th NHL game, 401st as a Golden Knight. Setting up Olofsson, who chips it wide right. Victor back in the lineup today. Missed last game because of an injury. Cole Schwindt had returned from injury in time for that game. Schwindt is a healthy scratch in this one. Smith setting up Watt, but it went under Watt's stick through the left circle, and it goes out to center. Opening 3 minutes, first period, 0-0. Knights with 2 shots, Kings with none. Puck ends up left corner, centering pass through the blue ice. Doughty centered off a stick save. Hill stopped it. Another shot turned away by Hill. Turcotte with a great redirect on the centering pass by Doughty from below the right dot. Play continues. Into the near corner is Nicholas Haig. Has it tied up with Philip Deneau. Up the wall near side. Barbashev trying to turn it. Deflected into the air. He gloved it down to himself. Pulled out by Trevor Moore with some space. Right for Deneau. He fired it wide to the left post. Still in the zone for the Kings. Anderson at the left point swirls it down low. Pietrangelo on it for the Knights. Wedged off by Fogle, but Pietrangelo got it out. Here's Howden into the zone. Dropped it off for Kolasar. Didn't click. Kings have it again. In they come on the right wing side. Kevin Fiala breaks on the near boards, and now it's sent back down to the corner. Excuse me, that's Trevor Moore. Fiala has not yet come on. I thought they might have changed up there, and now they will. And it is Fiala coming on. That was who was next, as the Knights get the puck in their own zone to settle it down. 4 minutes gone first period. 2 shots now for each team. Vegas ahead. Looked like Eichel got hacked, but no call. Play continues. Byfield dishes to the near side right. Byfield, Fiala, and LaFerriere, the forwards. Here's LaFerriere curling in left wing. Fronted by Whitecloud, who loses an edge, and the shot attempt misses wide right, long post. Up the boards, it stays in the zone. Spence hands it off for Fiala. He misses the net. Fiala's got 24 goals and 40 points. Get it down to the left corner. Byfield knocked over by Hannafin. Sent out to the point, but out of the zone. LaFerriere thought someone would be at the left point, but there was not. Gavrikov all the way back to his own zone.
Nice push from the Kings. They've been all around Aiden Hill, and Aiden's just been a little bit better than the shooters.
A couple of shots on goal for each team. That last series for the Kings, the result of a Vegas turnover at the offensive blue line. Howden trying to make a drop pass Kolasar. At the other end, here's a drive from the left point that is wide of Anderson. Vegas gets it out of the zone, and now it's pardoned by Edmondson. Fight for the puck in front of the Knights bench. It deflects into the air and onto the Knights bench, and that stops play. 5 minutes into the first period, no score. 2 shots on goal for each side.
Yeah, just getting another look at that tip from Turcotte. Puck changes direction, and he gets it right on Hill. He's able to come up with a save. Real good look for Vegas at the other end. Hurdle feeds Saad. Big save, Dave. Gets in the way of Saad's bid.
David Riddick, 32-year-old from the Czech Republic. He's played for 5 teams in 4 seasons. Knights get the puck in. Riddick watches over on the far side as the puck goes up the boards. Out it comes. Handoff, Turcotte. Now across to the right. Grant Clark threw it toward the middle. It deflects away. Olofsson on it for the Knights. Speeds in front of his own bench. Up to the red. He jabs it in. Far boards. Riley Smith gives chase. Tanner Jeannot coming back. Smith disrupts the play. Forecheck continues. But ultimately it is corralled by the Kings in their own zone. Left to right they come. Approaching the Vegas line, Tanner Jeannot out in front for a shot save. Trevor Moore put it on net as the Kings were in the midst of a line change. And now Haig de-twigs Trevor Moore. Fight for the puck on the far side. 2 Knights are there. Brett Howden works it loose and gets it out to the neutral zone. Congratulations to Brett and his wife. Birth of baby number 2 yesterday, baby Olivia. Baby number 1 was Charlie a couple years ago, so congratulations to the Howdens. Welcome, Olivia. Here's the icing against the Kings. 6 minutes gone, 14 minutes to go in the first. 0-0.
Game number 900 for Riley Smith. If you didn't hear Dan's pregame interview with Riley, go back and listen to it. Dan will tell you where it's available. It was excellent.
Vegas wins the draw. Korzak slides it right. Extra pass tipped, but it comes back to Korzak left point. Turns, helps it down the wall. Kolasar tried to get it down the boards to Howden, but intercepted. Out comes Deneau to the Vegas zone. Feeds left and a shot. Sucked in by Hill to his right. And he holds on. Look for Warren Fogle, who's got goals in each of the 3 games against the Knights this year.
Before we move on, where can people find that interview?
Search Golden Knights Radio. You know you can find it at soundcloud.com/Vegas Golden Knights, but just search Golden Knights Radio. You can find it on our social media. And it's a great chat with Riley Smith. It was a long one, but worth it. Lots of stuff we wanted to ask we didn't even get to, but Riley's sense of humor is on full display. 0-0, 13:44 left first period. Knights and Kings here at the Fortress. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
The greatest honor of being the defender of the ice for the Golden Knights is the opportunity to serve as a defender in the community. By joining forces with comprehensive cancer centers in the crusade against cancer, we can defend the health of so many in our community through cancer awareness, early detection, advanced treatments, and groundbreaking research. Together, we'll fight on all fronts for a future without cancer.
Will you be the next Vegas Golden Knights game day giveaway winner? One lucky customer will win a $1,500 shopping spree, home game tickets, and a hotel stay at Circa Resort and Casino every week. Spend $12 in-store or at the pump with your Terribles app to qualify. Plus, earn bonus entries with any Bud Light purchase throughout the season. Every day is game day, exclusively at Terribles. Visit Terribles.com for details.
Hey, Nevada, tired of your liquor store having the personality of a stale saltine cracker? Lee's Discount Liquor is here to spice things up. We've been slinging the good stuff since 1981. Now, we're 23 stores strong with the biggest booze selection in the state. Wine for your aunt who loves to overshare, craft beer for your hipster cousin, and tequila for, well, you after dealing with them. And the best part? Our prices are so low, you'll think we're drunk on discounts. Trust local. Shop local. Your community's choice. Lee's Discount Liquor.
Back to the game with the Vegas Golden Knights on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
We're back 0-0 here in the opening period. Kings want to draw on a shot attempt with Warren Fogle. He goes down in the ninth zone as Vegas gets into the offensive zone. Attempt to clear goes off the referee. Riley Smith finds it. Handoff. Olafson's attempt was blocked. Bottom of the right circle. Flanks around to Warren Fogle. 17 goals and 33 points this year for the Kings. He loses it in the neutral zone. Warren Fogle, a member of the Edmonton Oilers the last 3 seasons. Finished with 20 goals last year and 82 wins. Knights send it in. Waiting for it. Goaltender David Riddick behind his net. Kings left to right, stretch pass leading to a 2-on-2. Feed to the middle. No shot. It went wide right. Hill didn't bite on it. On Byfield. Vegas the other way, 2-on-2. Stone will dump it in. It's on goal. Turnover by Riddick. Stone pokes it to the middle. Swept away by Downey. Kept in by Jack Eichel. Down low for Pearson. Walks it in front. Blocked by a sprawling Downey. Of course, Pearson and Downey collided in the preseason, leading to an injury for Drew Downey, from which he's only returned in recent weeks in time for that Four Nations tournament. Today is Downey's 14th game of the regular season, plus the games he had with Team Canada. Collision near side, down to the ice, the near goal line with Zach Whitecloud. He's up, but appears to be okay. Gathered by Pearson, plays it forward to Stone. Now Jack Eichel at the red. Pressured by Doughty, who creates a loose puck race for it. Doughty tried to lift Eichel's stick. He could not. Eichel finds Saad coming into the zone. Saad with a shot attempt that is blocked. It came near the net. A stick broke on the play. Saad eventually gets the rim around from Dorothea. Saad low to high for Pietrangelo. Kept it in momentarily, but now tripped up. It's a rush for the Kings. 3-on-2. Centering pass broken up by Saad. Now a loose puck. They couldn't get a shot off. On the back check, it's Hurdle, and the Knights control it. Hurdle plays to center. Finding Saad at the center end. He dumps it in left corner. Riddick waiting for it behind the net. Saad on the forecheck. Couldn't get the puck. Kings coming ahead. Downey lost it in the neutral zone to Hurdle. Back in on the near side for Hurdle. Breaks. Looks toward the point. Now turns back down the wall. Tried to center for Dorothea. Broken up by Jordan Spence. Hurdle takes it around behind the Kings net. Emerging on the right. Shot attempt blocked. Kopitar in the way. Loose puck. Kopitar and now eventually Anderson. And they get it out of the zone. Hurdle couldn't pick it up. And Gavrikov did nudge it out to the neutral zone. Wired back in by Korzak for the Knights. Rush in by Brett Howden and Keegan Colasar. Keegan rims it left. McNabb pinches, the former LA Kings defenseman. Around to the right for Korzak. Chipped up the wall, kept in momentarily by Barbashev. Now it's deflected out by Samuel Hellenius. Fourth line here for the Kings. Knights send it in. Slow-moving puck on goal. And it's settled by Riddick. He'll leave it in play. 0-0 with 10:45 to go in the first period. Kings into the zone. Tanner Jeannot. Tie up on the right by Hanifin. Another check comes from Keegan Colasar. Fighting for the puck. Turcotte got it to the point for Clark. Feeds left and a shot. Glove saved by Hill. Hellenius from the left side. Hellenius in his 30th NHL game this year. Throwing 20 games in the American Hockey League. And Hellenius in the lineup. Trevor Lewis, the veteran, healthy scratch for the second consecutive game.
Vegas a little loose right now with their puck decisions and their puck management. LA's had a bit of a surge, a couple of really good chances. Bruce Cassidy is barking at his team right now. Tighten up, guys. LA. Byfield had a really good chance in all alone, and LA could have scored a couple times.
Drew Doughty made impressive play on Tanner Pearson. Earlier it was Riddick, a great save on Brandon's side. Knights had won the draw, but they lose the puck coming out of their zone. Kings pressure leads to Trevor Moore taking it side of the net. The right post, but could not connect with a teammate. Tumbles up top and out of the zone. Jordan Spence will come back to his own end to play.
The second turnover in the D zone by Alex Pietrangelo, and he pinched and got beat at the point. He's got to figure something out right here real quick.
And Pietrangelo then just gave a hard shove to Fogle. Borderline interference. Pietrangelo is going to head off. Past the halfway mark of the first. 0-0. Knights had the first 2 shots on goal of the game, but it is 6-1 LA since then. In the neutral zone, Dano deals backward. Kings defenders have it. Gavrikov and Spence. Remember, the Kings did play yesterday at home. Won in overtime against St. Louis 2-1. On the right, Byfield wires it on. Save. Rebound side of the net. LaFerriere couldn't bury it. Comes up top for Doughty. Hands it off in the high slot. Pearson picks the pocket. Pearson with Stone. Back in. Pearson had to go hard off his stick with back pressure by Fiala. Pearson got it in the right corner, looking for Stone behind the net. Anderson intercepts and clears it out. Byfield reaching high over his head to glove the breakout pass, and Pearson got it in the face. Knights get the puck in. Eichel first man to it, right corner. Eichel behind the net, emerging left circle. Low to high, Hannafin pulls, shooting save. Rebound swept away by goalie David Riddick. Into the right corner. Knights after it with Eichel and a pinching Korzak. It's sent out of the zone, and it'll come back to the Vegas side with Hannafin and Whitecloud, back in the D zone. Stick pops off. It's Korzak now without a stick. Excuse me, I was right the first time. Whitecloud. Shot from the point. They score! Joel Edmondson from up top. Redirect, and the Kings take a 1-0 lead. 8:38 to go in the first period. Anze Kopitar with goals in consecutive games. That's his 50th point of the year. And the Kings pushback finally yields results. Point shot, tip in by Kopitar.
Well, Whitecloud has the puck, and he's about to clear it. And everything's going to be fine, and then his stick explodes. That results in LA getting the puck up to the point. They get people to the net. I think that puck is tipped twice.
Well, games that are this close, Gary, the Knights could not take advantage earlier when Riddick had lost his stick. So they had the Kings in distress. Here, the Kings take advantage of the Knights in distress after Whitecloud's stick breaks. So LA gets the first goal of the contest. Knights have not trailed in a game on this homestand. Last time they trailed was the game in LA, but they lost 5-2 after leading 2-1 after 2 periods. Low to high pass by Kopitar got tipped, and it does come out to the neutral zone. Kings will send it back in, but that's out of play. 8:07 to go first period. Kings with a 1-0 lead. Kopitar 16th at 11:22. Joel Edmondson shooting from up top. Will have the primary assist, I believe. They're still waiting on the official scoring, so we'll see if in fact was a double tip. Kopitar with 16 goals, not only this year, but also in his career against the Golden Knights. And that is the most by any opponent in franchise history. 1-0 Kings with 8:07 to go in the first, presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. This is the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Did you know that you could score free products and exclusive offers every Tuesday at Terrible's? That's because I haven't told you yet. Whether you're on the go or sitting at home, it's easy. Just download the Terrible Social House app, get notified every Tuesday, and redeem that week's awesome deal in store. On Tuesdays, think Terribles, because it's Terrible Tuesday! Yeah! It's Terrible Tuesday! Download the Terrible Social House app or visit Terribles.com for details.
Your Vegas Golden Knights try to elevate hockey to an art form. Similarly, the team at Toshiba America Business Solutions empowers the art of business with award-winning copiers, printers, document management solutions, and digital signage that help you engage and delight your customers. As an official partner of the Vegas Golden Knights, Toshiba America Business Solutions works overtime to make you and your documents look good. And with the best service in town, you'll never find your business in the penalty box. Look for us at business.toshiba.com. Toshiba, official partner of the Vegas Golden Knights.
Did you know you can get 2 hot dogs for just $4 at AM/PM?
Wait, can you mix and match flavors?
Duh. I just got the new Al Pastor sausage and a classic AM/PM dog.
Wild. What will you tell me next? That a hot dog's not a sandwich?
It's meat between bread, dude. It's the definition of a sandwich.
Grab 2 hot dogs for $4 and large fountain drinks for 89 cents at AM/PM today. AM/PM, too much good stuff. Plus tax where applicable. Prices and participation may vary. Terms and conditions apply. Large AM/PM fountain cup available in Washington, Oregon, and California. Extra large fountain cups are available for 89 cents in Arizona and Nevada markets.
Now back to the action with Dan Duva and Gary Rollins.
Knights trail the Kings 1-0. Kopitar from Edmondson and Clark at 11:22. Even strength goal scored with the Knights out of sorts. White Cloud stick had broken on the play. Vegas never quite recovered. Tip in for Kopitar. Goals in consecutive games. Here come the Knights with Kolasar, not to be confused with Kopitar. Kolasar feeding McNabb left point, threw it down low. Howden and Barbashev after it. Deflects into the far corner, right wing side for Vegas. Kolasar for Howden. He is sticked off the puck by Sam Hellenius, kept alive by Barbashev. The Kolasar shooting, blocker saved by David Riddick. Puck comes up the near boards, fight for it. And eventually it tumbles to the neutral zone. We got a whistle and a high touch. It's set Rice. And action will resume there after a faceoff.
That's exactly what Bruce Cassidy wanted from this line. Get it deep and start to pound a little bit. We've been saying this about the Golden Knights since the 22-23 team was assembled. They can be stubborn. When they play the way that they're supposed to play, they're near unbeatable. But when they want to take the easy way out or play a little cute, it's their kryptonite. They're normal.
Face off just outside the Kings line. Riley Smith got tripped up by Trevor Moore. Kings get it, but then give it away. Trangelo trying to dump it in from the red line, but it was blocked and it goes into the Vegas zone. Haig is back, chased by Trevor Moore. Haig jousting it, and then knocks the puck up the wall. Pietrangelo gets it out to center. Rink wide, Olafson to Smith down the slot, leading wide, was just out of his reach, top of the blue ice. Kings go back the other way, 3-on-2. Out to the right wing side, the defenseman Spence put it on, saved by Hill. Kings have it. Over to the far side, the control for Fogle. Olafson knocks it loose. Watt couldn't reach it. A point shot results. That is knocked down side of the net. Spence threw it in front, or maybe Moore threw it in front, and it went through the blue ice, off the wall, and Riley Smith pushes it out to the neutral zone. Riley gets it in, and that group will change. Line changes brought to you by William Hill. Lead pass goes off. Highfield sticking down to the right corner, beyond the reach of LaFerriere. Vegas on it. Picked up, and then swing and a miss on a clearing play by Pearson. Fiala shooting, save Hill. White Cloud knocked over far side. Vegas speeds to center with Eichel. Head fake, he zips it on goal from the right point. Stopped by Riddick, and he holds on. Well, it's first thing that comes to mind, Gary, is what happened against Pittsburgh last game was Knights were 0 for 3 in the power play in the first, but they did get a goal. Pittsburgh didn't generate much, but Samsonov was good. Vegas extended the lead 2-0 in the second period. Vegas got 2 early in the third, but they really coasted. Pittsburgh only had 4 shots in the third period. If they were to play that same way against a much better opponent, just a beat faster, this is sort of what happens.
Yep.
Kings win a D-zone draw. Get it out to neutral ice. Kopitar finds a deflection. Bumped by White Cloud. Kopitar takes it behind the net. Plays it low to high and a point shot. Block. Rebound comes on. Hill is saved. Kuzmenko's side of the net. Could not finish it off. And Aiden Hill manages to pluck that one away from Kuzmenko in his second game as an LA King. Third team of the year. Started with Calgary. 7 games in Philly and now 2 games with LA. Kuzmenko a couple of tries out again.
Yeah, Hayden's very sharp early on. Kuzmenko, you wonder if he's not fighting for his career right now.
In his 11th pro season, but the first 8 of those in the KHL. This is 3rd year in the NHL, but he's gone from Vancouver to Calgary to Philadelphia to LA in just 3 seasons. 5:54 to go in the first period. Kings 1, Night 0, presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. This is the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Hey, Nevada, tired of your liquor store having the personality of a stale saltine cracker? Lee's Discount Liquor is here to spice things up. We've been slinging the good stuff since 1981. Now, we're 23 stores strong with the biggest booze selection in the state. Wine for your aunt who loves to overshare, craft beer for your hipster cousin, and tequila for, well, you after dealing with them. And the best part? Our prices are so low, you'll think we're drunk on discount. Trust local. Shop local. Your community's choice. Lee's Discount Liquor.
The Big West is back in the City of Lights for the 2025 Hercules Tires Big West Basketball Championships, presented by Credit Union One. See 8 men's and women's teams battle for a conference title and an automatic berth in the NCAA tournament. Catch the action March 12th through 15th at Lee's Family Forum in Henderson, Nevada. Get tickets now at leesfamilyforum.com/bigwest or call 702-645-4259.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Back to the Fortress for more Vegas Golden Knights action with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
We're back. Kings in the O-zone. Brand Clark shuffling right point. Banks it right corner for the Kings. Off the corner boards, it's grabbed by Haig. Has support there with Tomas Hertl. Puck goes around to the opposite corner. Pietrangelo forward to Dorofeev. Off his stick and out of play. 5:34 to play, first period. Kings 1, Knights 0. First period brought to you by Arco AM/PM. Too much good stuff. 5 straight home games for the Knights prior to a 4-game road trip. We'll start it Tuesday in Pittsburgh, then Columbus Thursday, Buffalo Saturday, and then in Detroit on Sunday. Knights with 6 out of 7 games at home coming out of the Four Nations break. They've won the first 5 of those. Win against Vancouver here at home. Then they lost at Los Angeles. Then home victories against Chicago, New Jersey, Toronto, and Pittsburgh. Knights win a D-zone draw. Here's Pearson ahead with Stone and Eichel. Pearson's pass at the line, blocked by Kopitar. It ends up down in the corner. First man to it, Jordan Spence. Kings are sharper here in the early going. Every pass that the Knights are making challenged by the Kings. LA gets it back in. Centering feed. Kicked away by Noah Hannafin. Stone, stick checked, brings it out to center. And he butt hooks back at his own blue line. Kempe with that pressure on Stone. Stone finds Hannafin, who dumps it in. Around the rim it goes clockwise. Eichel had it taken away from him, and the Kings clear the zone. It goes between the Knights defenders, no icing. Barbashev and Whitecloud headed back. Whitecloud rips it up the wall. Goes off somebody in front of the Vegas bench. Kings are on it. They are offside. Going back in.
Vegas was almost pinched for too many men there. Eichel was going off the ice, and whoever was coming on waited a beat. And as a result, when the puck slid through all those players in front of the net, in front of the bench, Vegas was legal, but it could easily have been illegal.
No penalties in the game against either side. Kings with 1 goal on 13 shots. Vegas with no goals on 7 shots. All at even strength. Neutral zone faceoff won by Brett Howden. Backward to McNabb, over to Korzak, forward on the right toward Kolasar. Then away from him, and Mikey Anderson chips it out. Vegas has tagged up. Apparently, they get it back in. Howden to it in the right corner. Knocked over by Anderson. Kolasar to Barbashev up top, just out of the reach of Korzak. He'll have to back it up to his own blue line. There with McNabb. Braden plays it forward to Brett Howden. Brett turns, leading Korzak right, up to the red, he cranks it in. Counterclockwise around the boards. Kings to it first. McNabb missed the puck as he reached. Brought out by Byfield. Ahead comes LaFerriere. A couple of quick passes. Byfield to the middle, and he shot it wide left. It was off balance as he shot it. Missed the net by about 5 or 6 feet. Left corner, LaFerriere. Checked by Howden. LaFerriere escapes with the puck, feeds Anderson, and he'll send it right back down low. Off the yellow kick plate. Pints around to the near side. 2 Kings, 3 Knights in the vicinity. McNabb played it to the line. Dowdy kept it in. Barbashev knocked it free. Howden picks it up. Howden plays it forward. Polisar weaves in with Barbashev. Knocked off his stick by Helenius. Fourth line center plays it forward on the left. A tap back and a shot. Missing wide left. Side of the net. Hill sprawling but didn't have to make a save. Olofsson backhands it out to the neutral zone. Jeannot, Turcotte, Helenius. The fourth line just coming on there for LA. Kings dump it in with 3:20 to go first period. Los Angeles on top 1-0. Hill to the near corner and Hayes. Several players collide. A couple of hits down near the corner. And now it's Turcotte walking to the middle. Knocked off his stick. Combo there of Nick Wadden. Good work by Riley Smith as well. Kings back to their own zone with 3 minutes left in the period. Pressure by Smith. Played through center by Jordan Spence for LA. Tie up near side of the Vegas zone. Noah Hannafin with Tomas Hertl and Victor Olofsson. Pass goes left. Extra feet. Deno shooting. Wide right. Comes off the near corner boards. To the point for Spence. A head fake. Now a shot off the skate of Hannafin. And it's lifted out to center. Knights got it as far as the Kings line. Smith making that defensive play. 2:30 to go in the period. Kings send it back in. White Cloud back with Noah Hannafin. White Cloud skating forward on the right, passes left wing. Hertl delays through center, looking right. Mikey Anderson reached in, deflected the puck. About 7 rows deep behind the Kings bench. And a neutral zone draw coming up. Well, the Knights really had some good looks the first couple of minutes of play. And the first 2 shots on goal of the game. David Riddick made a big save on Brandon Saad. But after that, the Kings with the pushback, and they have a far better play. They scored a goal with Zach Whitecloud stickless. No doubt part of that play. Tip in by Anze Kopitar. But it has been very much a reversal. After the Knights with a better team in the opening minutes, it's been Kings the better team of late. With 2 minutes to go in the period. Behind the net, Nicholas Hale finding Stone far boards, played towards center. Tumbles beyond the reach of Tanner Pearson. Kings defenders take over. Dowdy played it ahead on the right. Into the Vegas zone, cut off by Mark Stone. Mark sends it rink wide to no one in particular, and back goes Mikey Anderson. Pressure comes from the Knights, forcing a dump in, but it was tipped, so no icing. Korzak challenged by Kuzmenko below the goal line. Korzak got it back, he rims it right to the waiting Edmondson. To the middle for a shot, toe save, rebound, Clark to the middle, he scores! Brant Clark, unchallenged, found the loose puck, charging from the right point. And the Kings have a 2-0 lead with 1:31 to go in the first period. Hayden Hill made a terrific left toe save, and the rebound was just sitting there. Brant Clark, who had 4 goals in 57 games, figured, let me go get it. Eichel was reaching in desperately from behind. Korzak couldn't do very much in front. McNabb had tied up the other guy, who is Anze Kopitar, and ultimately it is Clark to push it home. 2-0 LA. And Brant Clark, the defenseman, with his 5th goal and 26 points. Brant Clark got a lot of minutes in the absence of Drew Doughty for much of this season, but with Doughty's return, Kings went with 7 defensemen at times. But Clark has just been old. Here's a weird deflection after a dump in by the Knights. It comes back to center. Clark is first-round pick, 8th overall in 2021. He's 22 years old, just turned 22. He's got to play. Kings get it in. Whitecloud back, played it forward. Knocked away from Waugh. Whitecloud got it back from Fiala, banks it out to center. We're down to 1 minute to go in the first period. Final minute brought to you by Credit One. 2-0 Kings. Los Angeles enters on the left wing side. Whitecloud engages Fiala. Kevin Fiala rims it behind, and the Knights take it there. Hannafin played it out. A tip puck that was intended for Olofsson. It goes all the way back to the LA zone. No icing. Games left to right. Up they come. Kuzmenko at the line. Pietrangelo trying to stay with them. Kuzmenko made a move, then tried to make a pass that got tipped. Barbashev grabs it at center. Barbashev's forward pass deflected to Howden. Pietrangelo's shot blocked by Edmondson. 22 seconds to go. Right boards Barbashev. Right point Pietrangelo. Throw it toward the net. Edmondson blocks it. Howden threw it up top again. Higgs settles and shoots. Deflected wide left. Barbashev off the left wall. 12 seconds. Barbashev turns down the wall. Got through Kolasar. Riddick behind the net. Rims it out. And that'll do it for the period. 2-1-0. That's all for the first. Kopitar and Clark give the Kings a 2-0 advantage. It was 0-0 through the first 11 minutes, but Kopitar got a tip-in on a Joel Edmondson shot. Kopitar's 16th and 16 goals against the Knights in his career, most by an opponent. Kopitar from Edmondson and Clark at 11:22. Then Brant Clark from Adrian Kempe and Joel Edmondson at 18:29 after a toe save by Aiden Hill on Adrian Kempe. So, it is 2-0 Los Angeles after one period of play. Again, the Knights had not trailed at any point on this homestand. They had victories against Chicago, New Jersey, Toronto, and Pittsburgh. Some of that stretch, of course, the game was tied, but the Knights never did trail at any point in those 4 games. The last time they trailed was in Los Angeles when they had a 2-1 lead after 2, but ended up losing the game 5-2. It's their only loss since the Four Nations break. They have won over the recent stretch of hockey, including the victory against Pittsburgh 4-0 last game. They won 7 out of 8. And the lone blemish was against LA. Kings have won 2 out of 3 this year against the Knights, and they're off to a good start today. Their offense has struggled this year. Anze Kopitar now with goals in consecutive games, but Kopitar had struggled. 3 goals in 25 games prior to today. The captain of the Kings got the first one, and then Brant Clark, 22-year-old defenseman, first-round pick, with the second one. Knights had no shots on goal the final 6 minutes and 15 seconds of the first period. Shots end up 16-7 for LA. Knights had the first 2 shots of the game. So look at it from that standpoint. It's 16-5 over the last 18 minutes of the period. Let's go downstairs to the Golden Knights dressing room, and we'll chat with Knights defenseman Nicholas Hague. Hi, Nick. Dan Duva here in the radio booth. Thanks very much for coming by. Well, we know it's always a battle when the Knights play the Kings. What'd you make of today's first period?
I think there's a lot of stuff we have to clean up here going into the second.
Like what? Anything in particular?
I mean, breakouts for one. We got to move it cleaner through a neutral zone. I think just our execution on plays, do things a little quicker, and it normally bodes well for us when we can do that. So we got to try to get back to that a little bit here.
It's the 4th time you guys have played against Los Angeles this season. You played against them just last week, of course, and you had a lead in that game. They ended up with a strong third period. What do you sense about the Kings? What are some of the strengths of how they play?
Yeah, they got a lot of skill, and they play tight structurally. They certainly don't give up a lot. Almost like they try to dumb the game down a little bit. So we got to not be stubborn, right? Just get pucks in deep, get our forecheck going, and execute our breakouts. It starts in our own end. We got to execute breakouts better, move a little bit quicker, and then the rest of our game should follow after that.
Nick, aside from this game, I got to ask you about Riley Smith, who's, of course, today in his 900th NHL game, 401 as a Golden Knight, following the return of the trade the other day. What has Riley Smith meant to you?
Yeah, Smitty's a really good friend of mine, and somebody who I got to know really well. Before this stint, I'll say, but when he was here before, and so I'm thrilled to have him back. I think everyone in the room is, and he's a leader on our team, and just all around great guy to have around, and hell of a hockey player too. 900 games. That's not by mistake. It's a testament to who he is as a player, and we couldn't be more thrilled to have him back here with us.
Nick, thanks very much. Good luck.
Thanks, guys.
Nicholas Haig from downstairs. Yeah, Riley playing his 900th NHL game today. Gary mentioned the interview that I had with Riley on our pregame show today. If you happen to miss that interview, of course you can find it online, but I'll share with you one of the things that he said about playing in 900 games specifically. And, these guys have milestones in their careers. What does 900 mean, and have you thought about it? And he said, I honestly have reflected on it. Over the last year, I've thought about the whole journey it's been to make it this far. One of the first things I always think of is that I've always been extremely happy and grateful just to play in one NHL game. He said that was always my dream as a kid. Riley went on to say, to have the success and longevity that I've had in my career is one of the things I'm most proud of. I'm trying my best to soak it in for a little bit. But he said, got to get to business and hopefully have a good showing in game 900. And he also said, I hope to get at least another 100 into that 1,000 milestone. It's interesting, and Riley expands on this in that pregame interview. But he was scratched the last couple of games with the Rangers, wasn't around the team, wasn't sure where he might be going at the trade deadline. And he said it was one of the most difficult points in his career. Imagine the swing of emotion to go from that dark situation to then coming back to Las Vegas. The 900th NHL game here today, along with his 401st as a Golden Knight. That's the plurality of his NHL career. 2-0, the Kings lead the Knights after one. Goals by Kopitar and Clark for Los Angeles. Put them up on the road. 2-0 after one. We'll get to the intermission report in just a moment. First, we'll tell you that you can see the future of the Golden Knights over in Henderson as the Silver Knights forge tonight at Lee's Family Forum. The next game for Henderson, well, it's coming up soon. The game today, they ended up losing, unfortunately, but 5-1 was the final. But keep an eye on what's happening over in Henderson with the Silver Knights. Also, the Golden Knights accepting deposits for season ticket membership for the 25-26 season. Season 9 is not all that far away. There will be an open house here on Tuesday, March the 11th. Visit VegasGoldenKnights.com for details and get your foot in the door to the Fortress for next season. Again, the open house here at T-Mobile Arena on Tuesday, March 11th. Season ticket membership for next year. Details at VegasGoldenKnights.com. Special thank you to today's game title partner, William Hill, and another partner, Upper Deck. Thank you from the Golden Knights to those two partners. First period brought to you by Arco AM/PM. Too much good stuff. Again, the score, Kings 2, Knights 0 after one. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Vegas! On behalf of Knock the Injury Law, Golden Pipes, Carnell Johnson.
If you've been hurt, Knockby is the word. Call 702-INJURED.
For Han Knockby with Knockby Injury Law. Imagine you've been injured in an accident. Now, do you want an assembly line law firm that treats you like a number and settles early for easy money? Hell no. Call me now for a free consultation at 702-INJURED.
T-Mobile has the best 5G coverage in the game, whether you're home or out and about, so you can check out the latest scores in the checkout line. Watch replays on the playground. Or celebrate the game-winning hat trick from the passenger seat. If you're a Golden Knights fan who wants to stay connected to all the action home or away, get the best 5G coverage in the game only at T-Mobile, America's largest 5G network.
See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Come to Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel, California's #1 entertainment destination and the place for big wins. Every month, Yamava gives away luxury cars and exclusive prizes. Play at over 7,200 slots, the most in the West, and catch top-tier entertainment acts. Only at Yamava Resort and Casino, your California to Vegas connection. Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
UMC, your hometown hospital since 1931, is proud to partner with our hometown team. the world champion Vegas Golden Knights. As the team's exclusive hospital provider, we stand ringside, ready to keep our Golden Knights in top shape, just as we stand by our community with the highest level of care, which now includes 24/7 online care. It's UMC's commitment to excellence for everyone in our hometown. Sign up at umconline.com.
Hey, Nevada, tired of your liquor store having the personality of a stale saltine cracker? Lee's Discount Liquor is here to spice things up. We've been slinging the good stuff since 1981. Now, we're 23 stores strong with the biggest booze selection in the state. Wine for your aunt who loves to overshare, craft beer for your hipster cousin, and tequila for, well, you after dealing with them. And the best part? Our prices are so low, you'll think we're drunk on discounts. Trust local. Shop local. Your community's choice. Lee's Discount Liquor.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the rewards program that loves it when you date night, bet the perfect parlay, lounge poolside, ooh, shiatsu, bottle service. Yeah, hit me. Shop till you drop. And then some. Earn and redeem on countless amazing experiences at MGM Resorts. This is MGM Rewards. Why be a guest when you can be a member? Visit MGMRewards.com for more. Earning and redemption limitations may apply to certain purchases in certain states.
Now here's Ryan Wallace with the Intermission Report on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Golden Knights fans can win big every game day with Terrible Herps. The Vegas Golden Knights Game Day giveaway provides a chance to win a $1,500 shopping spree, 2 VGK tickets, and a Circa Resort hotel stay. Make a qualifying purchase at Terrible's for your chance to win. The Intermission Report, the Golden Knights trail the Los Angeles Kings 2-0 after the first period of play. Taking a look at the highlights in that first period. The Kings opened the scoring midway through the period as Andrei Kopitar tipped in Joel Edmondson's point shot.
It's Korzak now without a stick. Excuse me, I was right the first time. Whitecloud. Shot from the point. They score! Joel Edmondson from up top. Redirect, and the Kings take a 1-0 lead. 8:38 to go in the first period. Andrei Kopitar with goals in consecutive games. That's his 50th point of the year.
Kopitar from Edmondson and Brant Clark, 11:22 of the first period, made it 1-0 LA. And the Kings extended the lead late in the first period after Aiden Hill made a save on Adrian Kempe, and Brant Clark jumped on the rebound.
Korzak got it back. He rims it right to the waiting Edmondson. To the middle for a shot. Toe save. Rebound. Clark to the middle. He scores! Brant Clark, unchallenged, found the loose puck, charging from the right point. And the Kings have a 2-0 lead with 1:31 to go in the first period.
Brant Clark from Adrian Kempe and Joel Edmondson, 18:29 of the first period, made it 2-0 LA, and that's where we stand after the first period of play. We're back with more in a moment. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. You're listening to the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Ouch! Man, that check's gotta hurt. And the gloves are coming off. Oof, that's $100 right there. Yeesh, that's $1,000.
Hey, what's with the dollar amounts?
That's how much each injury could be worth if he calls Morgan & Morgan. Yikes, that one's gotta be at least $10K.
When you hire Morgan & Morgan, their gloves come off when they fight for you.
Official partner of the Vegas Golden Knights. Injured? Dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Your Vegas Golden Knights try to elevate hockey to an art form. Similarly, the team at Toshiba America Business Solutions empowers the art of business with award-winning copiers, printers, document management solutions, and digital signage that help you engage and delight your customers. As an official partner of the Vegas Golden Knights, Toshiba America Business Solutions works overtime to make you and your documents look good. And with the best service in town, you'll never find your business in the penalty box. Look for us at business.toshiba.com. Toshiba, official partner of the Vegas Golden Knights.
Hey Vegas, hungry for game day? Nacho Daddy, proud sponsor of your Vegas Golden Knights, has you covered with winning specials. Suit up for the return of the Golden Knight Nachos, stacked with marinated filet mignon, gooey cheese, and all the fixings. And here's the power play. Show us your game day ticket and your first Daddy's margaritas on us. Celebrate 7 seasons of hashtag Vegas-born greatness with gourmet nachos, icy margaritas, and the spirit of the Knights. Nacho Daddy, never a dry chip, always a great time. Visit us after the game and unite the realm. Must be 21 or older for margaritas. Please drink responsibly.
Hi, I'm attorney Adam Kuttner. I grew up playing hockey. To win in hockey, you have to be aggressive, you have to work
work hard, and you have to have a great team. And it's no different when I'm representing my clients in their personal injury cases. My team and I work hard to get you the maximum settlement as quickly as possible, because winning is everything.
If you've been injured in an accident, ask attorney Adam Kuttner, 702-382-0000. That's 382-0000.
It's almost time for the second period, but first, here's Ryan Wallace with the intermission wrap-up on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
The official VGK streaming app Nighttime Plus is offering the Blackjack Bundle to stream the last 21 games of the regular season for just $39.99. Visit nighttimeplus.com for details. It's the intermission report. The Golden Knights trail the Los Angeles Kings 2-0. After the first period of play, stats of the period are presented by Foley Family Wines and Spirits, available here at T-Mobile Arena and at ffws.com. Shots 16-7 in favor of the Los Angeles Kings. Shot attempts 29-16. Also the edge there to LA. Hits 10-3 in favor of Los Angeles. The Kings charged with 8 giveaways, 1 takeaway, and 7 block shots. Vegas 7 giveaways, no takeaways, and 6 block shots. Every available metric that you have out of that first period tells you that outside of the first push initially from the Golden Knights, first couple of shifts, 2 or 3, Hurdle sets up Brandon Saad, great look, huge save by David Riddick. From that point on, it was really the LA Kings that were the better team in the period. They were able to push the pace. They were able to get to the inside and good through the neutral zone. So for the Golden Knights, it's going to be interesting to see how they respond here in the second period. If they can get their legs and chip pucks in and get to work on the forecheck, that's going to stem the tide in this one. Second period action is coming up next. Dan and Gary, they've got the call. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. You're listening to the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Here's Letang. Waits, lets it go, and he missed the target. Draisaitl back the other way for the winners. Draisaitl scores!
Hey Vegas, hungry for game day? Nacho Daddy, proud sponsor of your Vegas Golden Knights, has you covered with winning specials. Suit up for the return of the Golden Knight Nachos, stacked with marinated filet mignon, gooey cheese, and all the fixings. And here's the power play. Show us your game day ticket and your first Daddy's Margaritas on us. Celebrate 7 seasons of #VegasBorn greatness with gourmet nachos, icy margaritas, and the spirit of the Knights. Nacho Daddy, never a dry chip, always a great time. Visit us after the game and unite the realm. Must be 21 or older for margaritas. Please drink responsibly.
AM/PM is about to change things forever. Introducing the new AM/PM Taco 2-Pack. Available in 2 unique flavors, shredded chicken and slow-cooked carnitas. New, sleek, pillowy tortilla case wraps around a protein-packed core brought to life by our flavor-enhancing 6-hour slow-cooking process to deliver all-day value.
New Taco 2-Packs, only at AM/PM and only $5. AM/PM, too much good stuff. Plus tax where applicable, prices and participation may vary, terms and conditions apply.
Reliable service and a brand you can trust. Visit OneShopRoofShop.com. Commercial or home, we can do what you need. Helping build this community. Big or small, there's nothing we can't do. We're the most preferred roofer and we're here for you. Reliable service and a brand you can trust. Visit OneShopRoofShop.com.
Broker license number 1001607.LLC.
You got it, go Galindo.
I'm Josh Galindo, owner of Galindo Group Real Estate. Need to sell your home fast? I'll buy it cash, as is, where is, no repairs, no commissions, no hassle. I've purchased over 1,200 homes for cash right here in Las Vegas. Whether your home is damaged, destroyed, tenant occupied, stuck in probate, or in perfect condition, I've got you covered. We are cash, we are fast, we are reliable, we are local. We are the best.
You got it, go Galindo. 702-820-HOME.
GalindoGroupRealestate.com.
Hey, Nevada! Tired of your liquor store having the personality of a stale saltine cracker? Lee's Discount Liquor is here to spice things up. We've been slinging the good stuff since 1981. Now, we're 23 stores strong with the biggest booze selection in the state. Wine for your aunt who loves to overshare, craft beer for your hipster cousin, and tequila for, well, you after dealing with them. And the best part? Our prices are so low, you'll think we're drunk on discount. Trust local. Shop local. Your community's choice. Lee's Discount Liquor.
Back to the game with the Vegas Golden Knights on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
Hi, from ringside at T-Mobile Arena here in fabulous Las Vegas. Kings 2, Knights nothing. Headed to the second period. Right now, Gary, there's a little chat. Brett Howden, Ivan Barbashev, Keegan Colasar with Referee Chris Rooney, the other referee is Carter Sandlack today. No penalties have been called in this game. Just chatting with Jim Fox, the former LA King and current broadcaster. He said that first period might have been the best that the Kings had played all season.
Well, sure, they had 16 shots, 12 chances. Vegas had 7 shots and 2 chances. All Kings. High danger was 5-1.
Underway here in the second period. Kings totaled 23 shots last night in the overtime victory against St. Louis. We got 16 shots here today. Knights get it in. Kings back the other way. Fogle feeds to middle and more. Broken up by Colasar. Fogle with goals in each of the first 3 games against the Knights this year. The former Edmonton Oiler. Edmondson turns it over. In comes Colasar. He shoots, but it's blocked and goes up into the protective netting.
Fogle, one of those players that the Edmonton Oilers let go in the offseason. Where would the Oilers be if they still had Fogle, Broberg, and Holloway?
Yeah.
Well, as it is, they're second in the division.
Had an exciting victory against the Dallas Stars last night. Yeah. They ran out to a large lead in Mikko Rantanen's Dallas debut. But Dallas had a big pushback. After going down 5-1, it was 5-4 in the late minutes. Kings win a D-zone draw, and they ice the puck. But ultimately, the Oilers prevailed 5-4 in that game at home against the Dallas Stars. And of course, the LA Kings with that overtime victory I mentioned against the St. Louis Blues. And both teams chasing the Knights at the top of the Pacific Division with 2 points yesterday. Vegas still in first place at 82 points. Knights get a face-off win. And a shot attempt from a sharp angle deflected wide of the net. Kings can't clear it out. Here's Dorothea, then the slot, he shoots. Deflected up and out of play. Kopitar from Edmondson and Clark at 11:22 of the first. And then Clark from Kempe and Edmondson at 18:29. So 2 points today for Brant Clark. The 22-year-old. First-round pick, 8th overall in 2021. He's up to 27 points on the year in 58 games. Kopitar to take the draw against Tomas Hertl. Hertl with 3 points in the last 2 games. Kopitar wins it. Around it comes, and out of the zone. Hertl played it above his shoulder, but the Kings play it next, so action can continue. Saad creates a loose puck, tried to feed the point in Hertl as he was coming right back into the zone, but it was broken up. That's the sort of play there, Gary, where you'd like the Knights to be a little bit more aggressive. Hertl lands a check in the offensive zone. So you got 2 forecheckers that create a loose puck and ultimately a steal, but then they more or less give it right back to the Kings without generating a shot attempt. Out to the right point for the Kings, and Anderson, not Anderson, but Gavrikov puts it on net, and it's grabbed by Adin Hill. He holds on.
Adin Hill, he's allowed 2 goals on 16 shots. It was excellent the first period.
Sure was. Hill had given up 2 goals in victory against the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's got 4 straight victories, a total of 4 goals allowed over those 4 games. 1 goal, 0 goals, 2 goals. He's given up 2 here today.
1.0 goals against over those 4 games.
Right. Kings win the draw. Gavrikov shoots, tipped, and it goes up and out of play on its way toward Adin Hill's net.
Step 1 for the Golden Knights will be to lock things down defensively and then worry about the offense after that. They cannot give LA another goal. That'll be lights out.
We talked about it when the Knights played the Devils back on Sunday a week ago. Tomas Hertl was our intermission guest. He talked about, hey, the Devils played last night. They had to travel. Make sure you're patient. Don't give them anything. And you wait for the opportunity and then take advantage of it. That's basically what happened. 2-0 win against New Jersey. Here's an icing against the Kings. Well, Kings, of course, do not give the Knights that luxury with 2 first-period goals. Knights have to fight from behind. They are among the NHL leaders in come-from-behind victories. They've got 18 of them Washington leads the league with 22. Winnipeg has 19. Vegas and Colorado with 18 each.
The first period of a back-to-back is in the second game of the back-to-back.
Nice win to draw. Hannafin looking for Eichel, broke it up by Gavrikov. Here come the Kings. Fiala pulls and shoots. Score! Off the left post and in. Byfield flashing in front on the left wing shot by Kevin Fiala. 3-0 Los Angeles. 2 minutes into the second period. Byfield got a piece of that left wing drive by Kevin Fiala. And he's got goals in 3 straight games, up to 14 on the year.
This Stone, Eichel, Pearson line, I think that's their second they've been on the ice for. They have not been effective offensively, and this gets kicked in by Byfield. It's not kicked in, it's redirected in off his skate.
The trouble is Hannafin deflects the initial shot out high, and then it goes off of Byfield and into the net. Hill was reacting as though it was going to come to him on his glove side. It ended up going in on his blocker side. We're going to have a fight. From the drop, it's Sam Helenius with Nicholas Haig. They've dropped the mitts at the Kings blue line. They haven't engaged yet. Grasping, and now Haig grabs Helenius' collar. Haig over the top with the right. Helenius over the top. Got the side of the helmet. Haig trying to find some space. Grabs the collar with his left hand. Helenius, therefore, at a slight disadvantage. Over the top comes Haig with 2. A third one! Oh, Haig got him flush! Haig down with several rights. Helenius back with 2. Now left jabs from Haig. Haig ducks out of the way from some left jabs by Helenius. They're locked up like bulls. Now uppercut by Haig. Over the top from Haig. And the linesmen will go in as they tumble to the ice. Sam Helenius, the 22-year-old from Dallas, Texas, standing at 6'6", 201. And Nicholas Haig at 6'6", 245, 26-year-old from Kitchener.
Haig looks at his bench after the fight and claps his hands and says, I did my part. I did my part. Now you guys get going too. Nichols sit for 5. Helenius, a big man as well, Dan.
Yeah, 6'6", just like Haig. And Helenius, up from the American League, we mentioned earlier how veteran Trevor Lewis has now been a healthy scratch for a couple of games. Of course, the acquisition of Andrei Kuzmenko forcing that. Helenius played in the American Hockey League with Ontario this season. Now he's played 30 games here in the NHL for the Kings. Drafted by LA in the second round of 2021. And we'll have another neutral zone draw here. 2 minutes into the second period. It's LA 3 and Vegas 0. Byfield from Fiala and LaFerriere at 1:56. 2 in the first and 1 in the second for the Kings. I'll point out again that turnabout is fair play. Knights had a 2-1 lead against the Kings in Los Angeles. But the Kings roared back to win the game 5-2. Now the Knights are among the best come-from-behind teams and best third-period teams in the NHL. They still have 37-plus minutes of hockey to go.
Lots of hockey to go.
McNabb blocks a centering pass by Alex Turcotte in the slot. Vegas trouble clearing the zone. Gathered on the near side by Tanner Jeannot. He and Howden wipe out. Fight for the puck is on the left wall. Out to Edmondson. Throws it wide left of the net. Taken off the apron of the cage by McNabb. Shoves it up the wall. Edmondson intercepts. He's centered. Cut down in front by Korzak. McNabb banks it to center. Has Kolasar. 2-on-1 with Barbashev. Kolasar centered, but his pass got tipped and went behind Barbashev. End of a shift for that group. Kings send it through center. Pietrangelo knocked it down. Open to connect there with Danault. Vegas countering. Saad with Dorofeev. Saad forced to the outside left. Rims it behind for Dorofeev. In the right corner, Dorofeev pivoting back and forth, tripped up by Danault. Checks him to the corner boards. Dorofeev can't move. Danault's just pinned him up against the railing. Hurdle is joined in, trying to use his size to create a loose puck, and he does. Saad and Anderson race to the opposite corner on the left wing, far side. Now the puck sent to the near corner again. Thrown out by Edmondson, bounces center logo. Moore gathers, walks in, hands it off. Dano in the slot, shoots, glove save. Hill snares it right in front of his chin. No rebound.
Hayden Hill. One of those weird things in today's game. You can play really well one night, give up one, and have almost the identical game the next night and give up 3. Like, there's been nothing wrong with Hayden Hill's game so far.
Nope. No, 2 of the 3 goals have been tips.
Yeah.
Face off to Hill's right. Eichel against Kopitar. And it's won by Kopitar. Anderson's shot knocked down by Eichel. Off the stick, and it goes right to the point. Doughty keeps it. Now in the near circle. Taken away by the Knights. Eichel ahead with Stone and Pearson. Pearson on the right. Out in front. Stone an extra pass to Hannafin down the slot. He didn't expect it. Could not receive it. Kings clear the zone. Now loose puck at center. Stone had to go hard off the stick. Kopitar eventually settles between the benches. Backward to Doughty. Ahead on the right to Kopitar. Overhandled it, lost it as Hannafin sent it out. Kings now dump it in. Hill behind his net for Noah Hannafin. Forward on the left. It got by Smith. He got a piece. No icing. Stone on the forecheck. Trying to send it around it. Deflected in front. Riley Smith to it for Vegas. Smith centered for Watt. Then off the skate of Anderson. Right side of the net. Whitecloud kept the loose puck in. Down to the right corner for Watt. Pivoting. Hands it off. Right circle Olofsson. Out across for McNabb. Kept it. Backhands it into the right circle for Watt. Remember, you've got Haig in the box because of the fight. So McNabb out there with Whitecloud right now. Here's McNabb taking the pass with Smith sending it down to the right corner. Watt turns out in front. Backhander. Stop. Rebound. They score. Riley Smith was on the doorstep. Riley Smith with Nick Watt get the Knights' first goal 5 minutes into the second period. It's now a 3-1 lead for Los Angeles. Riley Smith collects his first point since returning to the Golden Knights. Watt warding off Gavrikov, turn on his backhand into the right circle, put it toward the net, off of Riley Smith and in, I believe. We'll find out on the official scoring.
Riley takes a stab at it. Maybe it's just straight in off Waugh's stick, but
he either has the second assist or the goal.
Yeah. And Nick Waugh needs to go more than Riley Smith.
And at the moment, Gary, it is credited to Nick Waugh.
Yeah.
But then it should be McNabb and Smith with the helpers. Knights get the drop at center ice and send it in. Now they trail by 2. And some life, as you said, Gary, for Nick Waugh. Boy, oh boy, has he needed that one. Last goal was February 6th against New Jersey. But only 2 goals in 35 games. Going back to November 15th. That's his 8th of the year. And the chant is Go Knights Go. Some Kings fans trying to go Kings Go chant in there as well. But it is more audibly Go Knights Go. Knights have it at their own line. McNabb forward on the left. And now Howden rink wide right to Whitecloud, who gets clipped by Janot as he dumped it in. Around it goes to the left corner, back around to the right for Barbashev. Up top, Whitecloud. To the left, and Pietrangelo got it on goal. Riddick a save. To the near side right. Thrown in front by Kolasar. Off the left wall, a drive. That is deflected away. And it eventually comes out of the zone. Hannafin with that shot attempt, but it was tipped in the slot. Nowhere near the goal. Quick up. Pietrangelo looking for Barbashev, but off his skates. And the Kings have it again. There's the second assist, and the crowd with extra juice saluting Riley Smith, his first points in his return to the Golden Knights. Remember, he scored the game winner in a Stanley Cup final back on June 13, 2023. That's his first Golden Knights point since then. Knights have it in the neutral zone. Pietrangelo looking left for Hurdle, but it missed him. Cut off by Doughty. He gave it away. Vegas tags up, back in, to the right, a shot! Save, Riddick. Rebound came in front. And they couldn't get that second shot on goal. After the play was created first by Hurdle, and then the shot by Dorothea. At the other end, the shot misses the Vegas net from the stick of Trevor Moore. Knights send it in. Dowdy is back with Kopitar. They combined on the first goal last game, and only one pair of forward and defensemen have more goals on which they've combined than Kopitar and Dowdy. Garrett, you know who that duo might be? Gretzky and Coffey.
Oh, well, they're pretty good.
Gretzky and Coffey, the only duo forward and defenseman combining on more goals than now for Kopitar and Dowdy. Here's Tanner Pearson setting up Eichel, coming into the zone. Eichel down the slot, pulls left. Now he shoots. Riddick makes the save. Eichel now out in front. Falling was Pearson. He got the shot away, and Riddick made the save. Here comes Kempe right wing. Into the zone, Kuzmenko, and McNabb blocks what might have been a pass or a shot. McNabb takes it in the corner. Forward to Stone. Got a backhanded ahead for Eichel. Jack will play it backward to the defense as both sides change it up. Line changes brought to you by William Hill. 3-1 Kings, 12 minutes to go in the second period. Vegas trying to dump it in. Eventually it is Korzak to send it deep. Edmondson back. Smith on the forecheck with Watt. Around it goes, and the Kings get it up to the Vegas line. Flip, rink wide. Korzak played it above the shoulder. So an illegal touch and an ozone draw coming for the Kings.
Well, it took the Golden Knights to be down 3-0 to wake up in this game. And Nick Hague did his part to try and help them out. 3-1 with over half the game to go. Lots of hockey, and right now it's really good hockey both ways.
Watt from McNabb and Smith at the 5-minute mark of the second period to pull the Knights within 2. Waz 8. McNabb's 11th assist, up to 15 points. Riley Smith, first point this go around with the Golden Knights. Growing his time this year with the Rangers. He's up to 30 points and 20 assists. We'll be right back. 3-1 Kings, 11:38 to go in the second. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. You're listening to the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Did you know you can get 2 hot dogs for just $4 at AM/PM?
Wait, can you mix and match flavors?
Duh. I just got the new Al Pastor sausage and a classic AM/PM dog.
Wild. What will you tell me next? That a hot dog's not a sandwich?
It's meat between bread, dude. It's the definition of a sandwich.
Grab 2 hot dogs for $4 and large fountain drinks for 89 cents at AM/PM today. AM/PM, too much good stuff. Plus tax where applicable. Prices and participation may vary. Terms and conditions apply. Large AM/PM fountain cup available in Washington, Oregon, and California. Extra large fountain cups are available for 89 cents in Arizona and Nevada markets.
Hey, Vegas! Green Valley Grocery just made saving even cooler. Download our app, register your mobile number, and get a free Gatorade on us. But wait, there's more. By signing up, you'll also be entered to win exclusive Vegas Golden Knights tickets and prizes. Whether it's snacks, drinks, or game day essentials, our app has it all. The Green Valley Grocery app, where convenience meets rewards. Download today, sign up, and start winning.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, cause you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Back to the game with the Vegas Golden Knights on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network with Dan Duva and Gary Lawson.
Here come the Golden Knights. Nick Watt in transition. Could not get a shot off. Kings get it out to center. Olofsson looking toward the middle of the ice for Smith. That's broken up. Back to the D-zone for the Knights. Vegas left to right wearing their gold uniforms here at home. Playing their 5th consecutive home game. 5 straight since playing in LA. A 5-2 loss. They've won 4 in a row. Can they make it 5? It'll have to be a come-from-behind win today. They trail 3-1 with 11 minutes to go in the second. Watt from McNabb and Smith. Vegas goal. Now we've got a hand pass in the neutral zone.
Nick Hague back out on the ice. Served his penance. Him and Sammy Helenius.
That was a good scrap.
Yep.
That fight was just after the 3rd LA goal. Byfield deflected it in. Fiala shot it. Hannafin got a piece. No, Byfield gets the goal. His 14th from Fiala and LaFerriere. Made it 3-0, 2 minutes into the period. Knights respond with that Vegas goal. Dorofeev navigates his way into the offensive zone. Down to the right corner he goes. 2 Knights, 2 Kings. Now it squirts loose to Hurdle. On the right wall, dueling with Philip Deneau. Hurdle backhands it down into the trapezoid. Saad steps in on Doughty. Anderson goes after the loose puck down the far side. Hurdle jousting there. It tumbles out to center. Saad finds it for the Knights. Back in. Got loose. Dorofeev to Hurdle left side. Peels away top of the left circle. Now to McNabb. He shoots. That goes off the stick in the slot. Korzak pinches in. Down to the trapezoid. Leaves it there. Hurdle walks in front and scores!
This is just great puck protection from Hurdle. Korzak drops it off to him behind the net. And then Hurdle comes out and he's looking for a pass. And then he gets a little bit of space and says, hey, I might as well shoot. And he does. And he zips it past David Riddick. And now we really got a game going, Dan.
Knights trailed 3-0, but they've scored twice in the span of 5 minutes. Waugh from McNabb and Smith, the 5-minute mark. Hurdle at 9:47, and it's a 1-goal game.
He just uses his size against the smaller Phil Deneau. Deneau actually falls to the wayside as Hurdle is moving through.
Pearson sets up Eichel coming to center, gains the red, cranks it in right corner. On around the shelf, counterclockwise. Kings cut it off, try to reverse it. Stolen by Stone, behind the net. Comes loose, Eichel for Pearson, deflects to the crease. But the Kings on it there, and out they go, right to left with their fourth line. Turcotte, Helenius, and Janot. Hannafin took his man to the corner. Fight for the puck below the goal line, and taken by Zach Whitecloud. Whitecloud coming to center. Looks right, gains the red, dumps it in amidst the line change. It'll be a wholesale change. Pietrangelo and Haig come on. And up front, it's Howden, Kolasar, and Barbashev. Hurdle from Korzak and Dorofeev at 9:47. Get the Knights within 1. Just the 15th time that the Golden Knight has scored 25 goals or more. They could have a couple of them here. Howden works. Takes it behind the net. He had room to cut in front, but took it behind the goal instead. Pietrangelo into the slot. Kolasar couldn't keep the play going. It's knocked out of the zone. Kempe chasing Pietrangelo back. Hill got to the puck 5 feet above his crease. Shifted to the outside. Kings get it on the right. Toward the net. Stick save. With Kempe in front, Hill was short and angled the rebound to the near boards. Pietrangelo with Barbashev deep in their own end. Barbashev with the puck. Looks right, has Pietrangelo on the breakout. Back to Barbashev into the zone. Left circle, he shoots. Kick save. Rebound. And behind the goaltender, but wide out to the near boards. And the Kings cleared out. McNabb to his own end. Down to 8:20 left in the second period. Kings 3, Knights 2. Of course, these teams met in the Stanley Cup playoffs in 2018. It was a sweep for the Knights, but it was so close of a series. McNabb shoots, sucked in. Riddick has the whistle. McNabb had the game winner in the clinching game 4 of that series. Such a close series, but it was a sweep for the Knights. Wouldn't it be wonderful, Gary, to see the Knights and the Kings in the Stanley Cup playoffs again?
Well, it would probably be either in the first round or in the second round.
Right now, if the playoffs began today, the Oilers and the Kings would play in the first round for the 4th year in a row. We have a timeout with 8:06 to go in the second period. Kings in the lead, 3-2. But the Knights have the last couple of goals. Waugh from McNabb and Smith. Hurdle from Korzak and Dorofeev. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. This is the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Ouch! Man, that check's gotta hurt. And the gloves are coming off. Oof, that's $100 right there. Yeesh, that's $1,000.
Hey, what's with the dollar amounts?
That's how much each injury could be worth if he calls Morgan & Morgan. Yikes! That one's gotta be at least $10K.
When you hire Morgan & Morgan, their gloves come off when they fight for you.
official partner of the Vegas Golden Knights. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
To all the VGK fans who keep their superstitions going throughout the season, you're officially a diehard fan. If you wear gold shoes every game day, diehard fan. If you refuse to clean your jersey because you don't want to wash off the good luck, you're definitely a diehard fan. And you've earned the right to a credit card that's worthy of your devotion, like the Credit One Bank VGK card. With 5 VGK designs to choose from and exclusive offers and deals, it's the card for diehard fans. Visit CreditOneBank.com and see if you pre-qualify. Live large.
Hi, I'm attorney Adam Kuttner. I grew up playing hockey. To win in hockey, you have to be aggressive, you have to work hard, and you have to have a great team. And it's no different when I'm representing my clients in their personal injury cases. My team and I work hard to get you the maximum settlement as quickly as possible, because winning is everything.
If you've been injured in an accident, ask attorney Adam Kuttner, 702-382-0000. That's 382-0000.
Now back to the action with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
Tomas Hertl has hit his 25th goal milestone. 15th time that has happened in Golden Knights history. I've got a trivia question for Gary. 8:06 to go in the second. Kings leading 3-2. Hertl to take an ozone draw, but false start of the draw. Okay, so it's happened 15 times that a player has scored 25 goals or more. Hertl is the 8th different person to actually do it. Can you name the other 7? From the draw, shot comes on from the knees of Brandon Saad and a stick save by Riddick. Dorofeev on the left, threw it at the net from a sharp angle. Another Riddick save. Down with the stick to his right on the blocker's side. Comes to the opposite side of the ice. Saad is there. Saad tucks it left. Dorofeev after it has to poke it down low. Hertl was trying to get to the trapezoid, but the goaltender and the defender got in his way, but therefore goes all the way around and out to center. Saad in his own blue. Dorofeev trying to tuck it right wing for Hertl. It's broken up. And the Kings have possession again. Kings right to left. They're road whites with black numbers, black pants, silver trim. Hay coming back with Pietrangelo. Swats it off the near boards. Cut off at the line by Gavrikov, and he gave it right to Brandon Saad. He motors forward. Puck got tipped at the line. Dorofeev back to Saad. Saved by Riddick. To his right from 15 feet away. Saad hoping for his 11th goal. He's got points in the last 2. And 3 goals in 10 games as a night. That was close.
All right, so I got to name 7 other guys.
Right, Hertl and 7 other players have scored 25 or more.
Pacioretty, Stone, Eichel.
Hold on, you're going too fast. Pacioretty, yep.
Stone, Eichel.
Stone has not.
Okay. Eichel
has twice. Marchessault has. He leads the franchise with 5 times, 25 goals or more. As the Kings send the puck up. Oh, a hard hit by McNabb, creating a loose puck. Gathered by Barbashev, peeks over the shoulder, makes a seam pass left, and a shot. Blocker save on the left wing drive by Korzak. And in the left corner, Brett Howden. He is engaged by Edmondson, who forces the puck off the stick and out to center. McNabb cut it off. In the neutral zone, Vegas back in on the left wing. Howden checked against the boards. Down he goes. Tries to regain his balance, but cannot. Puck to the point. Hannafin shoots, blocked, way up into the air. It falls in the high slot, and the Kings clear the zone. And it is out at center. Fight for the puck between the benches, between the penalty benches. Kolasar backward, and Hannafin sends it deep. Carlson, of course. He's done it twice. There's a deflected puck that comes out to the right. Whitecloud sends it behind. Back down behind the behind the Kings net. Olofsson trying to get it back for the Knights with Watt and Smith. Watt creates a loose puck for Olofsson. Put it up top, but Whitecloud had to play it out in the neutral zone. Vegas back in. Olofsson rims it hard around. Off the stick of Smith and out to center. Kings on it with Turcotte. Tipped in by Jeannot. Grabbed by Whitecloud going behind his net. Banks it out for Watt. Forward to Smith. Tried to send it down the boards. Could not. Olofsson delays. His team is onside, so Olofsson dumps it in. It gets checked up high by Hellenius. But goes around the boards and out for Alex Turcotte. Cross the line, Turcotte. Tap back. Doesn't quite click for Jeannot. He's got to dump it in. Cade checked off the puck by Hellenius in the corner. Played up the boards and eventually out. Smith with Watt combining to get it out of the zone. Kings get it deep from the stick of Mikey Anderson. Haig with Pietrangelo to recover the puck. Pietrangelo checked by Janot, but Pietrangelo got it out to center. Eichel over skates. Kuzmenko back in. Beats the point for a shot blocked off Pietrangelo. Still in the zone. Anderson right for Doughty. Reels it in. Sets up Kempe. Shooting. Blocked by Eichel. Goes to Anderson at the left point. Down the wall with a feed. Kopitar below the left circle to the goal line. Turns away from Pietrangelo. Now Kuzmenko to the right for Doughty. Shooting. Wide. Rebound intercepted by Eichel. Otherwise it would have gone to Kuzmenko. Eichel can't clear it. Pietrangelo engages. Kopitar nearly lost it. It deflects to center. Vegas breaks out 3-on-2. Pearson into the zone. Pearson delays. Knights had to change players. Eichel went to the bench. And now Pearson buys some time. The rest of the group changing. And it deflects out high. Hurdle creates a loose puck for Stone. Taps it right. Korzak shoots it. Blocked wide. Goes off the backboards, off the back of the net. Still in play. Hurdle at the left goal line. Turns away from pressure there. Comes out high on the left side. Leaves it for Korzak. A head fake. Korzak towards the net wide right. As McNabb was closing in, thought about a tip. Hurdle had lost his stick on the play, and the Kings clear the zone. Back to the Vegas side with 4 minutes left in the second. 3-2 Kings. Back in comes Saad with Stone. Stone creates space. Looking left. Hands it off. Back for Stone. Shoots. Deflected away to the near corner. Still in play. Low to high. Saad misses Whitecloud. Hill will go to plate over in the far corner. Hill sets up McNabb in his own zone. Vegas regrouping, going left to right. Needing a goal to tie here with 3:40 to go in the second period. Kings scored the first three. Knights have the last two. Kings in their own zone. D to D, Edmondson and Clark. Clark to Edmondson, who plays it forward. Tipped all the way down by Byfield. First man to play it, Zach Whitecloud. Turns farboards, using the glass to get it out of the zone. Gets under Clark's stick deep into the Kings zone. Forecheck pressure coming by Dorofia. Lands a check. Pucks it up the boards. Whitecloud fed the slot just under Howden's stick. It ends up far corner in Edmondson. Kings have it in their own zone as the Knights will change it up. Breakout pass near side. Missed the target in LaFerriere, but no icing. Vegas has the recovery. Hannafin with Whitecloud ahead. They get it deep. Kolasar after it, left corner. Kolasar backhands it around the boards. Right wall, Howden returns it to the corner for Kolasar. Kolasar checked a couple of times near boards. Defended by Gavrikov. Howden and Kolasar reaching for a loose puck. Right corner, Barbashev. Escapes pressure there. Barbashev feeds it left. Hey, shoots! Stopped with a stick. And it goes up and out of play. David Riddick in the way of that one.
That's fun.
2:37 to go. Second period. Kings 3 and the Knights 2. All right, Gary, so you got Marchessault, Carlson, Eichel, Pacioretty. Who else has scored 25 goals or more in a Knights uniform?
Riley Smith.
Riley Smith has done it twice.
Jimmy Neal.
Jim Neal, yep.
That's 6, right?
Mm-hmm. One more.
David Perron?
Nope, he had the assist record.
Yeah.
You're close. Perron, Neal, and who is the center? He has the power play goals record.
Eric Howlett.
2:37 to go in the second period. Kings 3, Knights 2. Back after this. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Calling all Vegas Golden Knights fans. Hockey is back, and the RTC Game Day Express is your road to victory this season. For just $4 round trip, get a direct, fast, and easy ride to T-Mobile Arena from 6 convenient locations around the valley. Break away from traffic hassles and leave the driving to us. Visit rtcsnv.com/Game Day Express for details. Don't forget to follow us on social media, RTC SNV, for your chance to win tickets to VGK home games.
Did you know you can get 2 hot dogs for just $4 at AM/PM?
Wait, can you mix and match flavors?
Duh, I just got the new Al Pastor sausage and a classic AM/PM dog.
Wild. What will you tell me next? That a hot dog's not a sandwich?
It's meat between bread, dude. It's the definition of a sandwich.
Grab 2 hot dogs for $4 and large fountain drinks for 89 cents at AM/PM today. AM/PM, too much good stuff. Plus, tax where applicable. Prices and participation may vary. Terms and conditions apply. Large AM/PM fountain cup available in Washington, Oregon, and California. Extra large fountain cups are available for 89 cents in Arizona and Nevada markets.
Hey Vegas, hungry for game day? Nacho Daddy, proud sponsor of your Vegas Golden Knights, has you covered with winning specials. Suit up for the return of the Golden Knight Nachos, stacked with marinated filet mignon, gooey cheese, and all the fixings. And here's the power play. Show us your $4 game day ticket and your first Daddy's Margaritas on us. Celebrate 7 seasons of #Vegas-born greatness with gourmet nachos, icy margaritas, and the spirit of the Knights. Nacho Daddy, never a dry chip, always a great time. Visit us after the game and unite the realm. Must be 21 or older for margaritas. Please drink responsibly.
Back to the Fortress for more Vegas Golden Knights action with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
We're back. 2:30 to go in the second. 3-2 Kings. They're in the O-zone. Anderson on the left shoots, gloved by Hill. He holds on. Well, 2 things. Number 1, Jack Eichel, an obvious pin after blocking that shot a couple of minutes ago. We'll keep an eye on that. The other part, Gary, you had Ashley Weiss chatting with Bruce Cassidy just moments ago.
Yeah, he pointed to the Nick Hague fight and said, we're a tight team. Sometimes we need that. And Hague stepped up for us. Since the fight, we're competitive, playing like we can, winning our battles, and it's working for us.
Knights win a D-zone draw. Cleared out by Pietrangelo, Olofsson, Smith, and Watt, the Vegas forwards. First time that they've played together. Of course, Watt and Smith know each other well from Smith's first tenure, but Olofsson was not in the lineup the other day. He was out with an injury when Riley made his Golden Knights return. But they have combined for a goal here today. Have the puck. Watt flips it left corner. Doughty first to it, sends it around. Smith intercepts right corner. Smith fed the middle off the stick off Olofsson and out to center. Smith backwards to Pietrangelo. He flubs the forward pass. Kings get it. Pietrangelo couldn't tie him up. Hill makes the save. Great look for Los Angeles after the giveaway by Pietrangelo. Unforced error. And Andrei Kuzmenko in his second game with the Kings nearly had his first points as a King. Vegas coming out. Pearson tied up. Play continues. Forward comes Waugh. He misses the puck on an attempted dump in. Pearson misses his check as the Kings go the other way. In the right, Fogle right to the net. He scores! Warren Fogle, his 4th goal in as many games against the Knights this year. 4-2 LA with 1:09 to go in the second period. Trouble in the neutral zone. Knights were trying to get the right personnel on the ice, and they got caught flat-footed. Fogle accelerated through the right circle, and the lefty flips it by the glove of Aiden Hill.
Been a rough game for Hague and Pietrangelo. Hague gets walked here by Fogle. All that hard work in the period, and we're right back where you started, down by 2.
It was 2-0 Kings after 1. They made it 3-0 early in the second. Watt and Hurdle got the Knights back within 1, but now, as you said, Gary, it's a 2-goal deficit for Vegas. Coming up on the final minute of the second period, it's brought to you by Credit One. Jack Eichel is on the ice, by the way, with Stone and Pearson. Back in they come. Stone left for Pearson. Turns into the right circle. Opens and shoots. Kick save. And the rebound chopped to the outside. By Deneau. Fogle clears it out. That is over the glass. Is that a penalty? No. Linesman says it hit the glass and therefore not a delay of game. There have been no penalties against either side other than the fighting majors, meaning that there have been no power plays in this game. Vegas was not shorthanded a single time Friday against Pittsburgh. That's happened 5 times this year. Kings were 0 for 2 on their power play last game against St. Louis. And the Blues were 0 for 2 against the Kings on their pair of power plays.
That's 18 for Fogle now.
Knights win the draw on the right. Korzak rims it behind for Dorofeev. On his backhand, got a shot away, but he missed the short post. Around to the near side right, and the Kings clear the zone, courtesy of Kempin. Hoping for the oncoming Laferriere. That didn't quite work. Kings do get it all the way down with 25 seconds to go. Hurdle with McNabb to play it forward. McNabb ices the puck. Thought something else was going to happen up at the Kings line. It turns into an icing with 16.8 to go. Here in the second period, the Kings leading 4-2.
After Vegas pounded LA the first time these two teams played. (6-1) way back on October 22nd.
Face-off win for the Kings. 15 seconds. Downey turns to the corner and sends it in front untouched. Right wing shot blocked. Sod reached in, it deflects, and it did hit the netting. So play is halted.
And then later, about a week later, 6-3 loss to LA. And
in
then,
Los Angeles, yeah.
And then about a week ago, 5-2 loss to LA. 2 weeks ago.
It was February 24th.
Yeah. So, a bit of a matchup advantage for Jim Hiller.
Kings win the draw. 5 seconds left. Centering pass sails through the slot to the left for Doughty. His shot attempt blocked as the horn signals the end of the period. 40 minutes complete. Kings 4, Knights 2. LA had a 2-0 lead after 1. 3-0 early in the second. And then Watt and Hurdle scored, make it a 1-goal game. But Fogle gets one back. It's Fogle to make it 4-2 LA after 2 periods. Again, the Vegas goals, Watt from McNabb and Smith. Hurdle from Korzak and Dorofeev. And Riley Smith with his first point since returning to the Golden Knights. 4-2 after 2, Gary, and the Knights in the shots lead at 24-23. In the first, it was 16-7 Kings. In the second period, 17-7 Golden Knights.
Yeah, they did a lot great in the second period. They scored twice. They let 2 in. And when you're down 2, you got to win a period. You can't just tie it. And they're facing a pretty difficult hole here with 20 to go against a team that can check. LA has not scored 4 goals very often this season. They only scored coming into tonight. They'd only scored 170 goals. Vegas scored 207.
Vegas is 6th in the NHL goals per game. LA is 24th.
Yeah. Vegas has had a plus 40 goal differential coming into the game. LA's only a plus 8. Like they do it on a thin margin, night after night after night.
And they have not been doing it much recently. Bottom line is, in recent games, they have struggled to record victories. Their win last game was their first in 6 games. They had a shootout loss, regulation loss, and overtime loss. And they won last night 2-1. Let's go downstairs and welcome Golden Knights defenseman Caden Korzak. Caden, Dan, and Gary in the radio booth, thanks very much for coming by. Big picture, what do you think of today's game through 40 minutes?
Obviously, that first 20 was not up to our expectations, so I thought we did a lot better job in the second period there.
What do you have to do in the third, Caden?
Stay with it. Same thing as we did in the second there. Kind of all over top of them, and we're just playing on our toes. Didn't give much time and space, so let's keep that going here in the third.
Real nice play by you on Hurdle's goal. You bring the puck down the wall and just drop it off to him. What did you see?
Yeah, they play a man-to-man system, so anytime we can get our feet moving and lose that first guy, it'll create space for everyone else. So that's kind of what happened there.
When they're playing man-to-man like that, what else do you try and accomplish?
Yeah, obviously movement creates some confusion in their own end, and if you're not getting the puck, somebody else is open. So, it just creates more time and space for everyone else out there.
How much fun was it for you to observe your teammates with the return of Riley Smith?
Yeah, no, that was great. I wasn't really on the team when he was here for his first stint, so it was definitely cool having him back in here and seeing how much he's respected around the room and all the coaching staff.
Certainly a boost to the room. Caden, how about the boost to your club, seeing Nicholas Haig drop the mitts there with Sam Hellenius?
Yeah, no, that was huge for us. Obviously down 3-0 there. Hager stepped up and obviously gave us a big spark on the bench, and huge credit to him there.
Caden, thanks. Good luck in the third.
Thank you.
Caden Korzak with an assist today, setting up the Tomas Hurdle goal. It was Hurdle from Korzak and Dorofeev, 9:47. Second Vegas goal, which at the time brought the Knights to within 1, but the Kings got one back Fogle with his 18th and his 4th in as many games against the Knights this year. First year with the Kings after the last 3 in Edmonton. Fogle from Deno and Gavrikov at 1851. And it's 4-2. Los Angeles after 2 periods. As we talked about earlier, Knights are among the NHL's best come-from-behind teams. And in the third period, the goal differential is plus 31 for the Knights. They've scored 82 and allowed 51. Kings are okay at plus 11. It is their strongest of the 3 periods. They have the most goals and the greatest goal differential in the third period. But it is also the period in which they have allowed the most goals. Again, it's 4-2. Kings over the Knights after 2 periods of play. We have the intermission report coming up with Ryan Wallace, so stand by for that. First, I'd like to tell you about a couple of things. First of all, the watch party, which will be a week from today, Sunday, March the 16th, at Stadium Swim at Circle Resort and Casino. The Golden Knights will take on the Detroit Red Wings. That game is at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Pacific time, Sunday the 16th, when Vegas plays at Detroit. Watch party at Stadium Swim at Circa Resort and Casino. Cheer on the Golden Knights, but keep in mind that Circa is a 21 and over resort. The Golden Knights Game Changer program, presented by America First Credit Union, recognizes and rewards teachers in Clark County going above and beyond in their classrooms. Nominate a teacher today at VegasGoldenKnights.com. Also, score big on game days at Nellie's Southern Kitchen at MGM Grand. Wear your Golden Knights gear and get 50% off your bill heading to the Fortress for home games. That's at Nellie's Southern Kitchen at MGM Grand. Wear your Golden Knights gear, 50% off your bill before heading to the game here at the Fortress. Also, elevate your road game experience with night flights by Cirrus Aviation. The night flights VIP package includes ringside seats, a seat on a private flight to and from the game, private transit, and exclusive Golden Knights gear. Book your next road trip in style at night.flights. 4-2, Kings lead the Knights after 2, presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. This is the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Reliable service and a brand you can trust. Visit OneStopRoofShop.com. Commercial or home, we can do what you need. Helping build this community. Big or small, there's nothing we can't do. We're the most preferred roofer and we're here for you. Reliable service and a brand you can trust. Visit OneStopRoofShop.com.
If you don't have gas in your home, but something doesn't smell good. Ew, what's that smell? If it smells like rotten eggs, there could be a leak in your neighborhood. Now what do I do? If you suspect a leak, move fast, call 911 and Southwest Gas. From a safe location. But I don't have natural gas in my home. Gas lines are buried all around, so even if you don't have gas. I know, call 911 and Southwest Gas.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small, loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Vegas! On behalf of Knock the Injury Law, Golden Pipes, Carnell Johnson.
If you've been hurt, Knock the is the word. Call 702-INJURED.
Farhan Naqvi with Naqvi Injury Law. Imagine you've been injured in an accident. Now, do you want an assembly line law firm that treats you like a number and settles early for easy money? Hell no. Call me now for a free consultation at 702-INJURED.
Hey, Vegas! Green Valley Grocery just made saving even cooler. Download our app, register your mobile number, and get a free Gatorade on us. But wait, there's more. By signing up, you'll also be entered to win exclusive Vegas Golden Knights tickets and prizes. Whether it's snacks, drinks, or game day essentials, our app has it all. The Green Valley Grocery app, where convenience meets rewards. Download today, sign up, and start winning.
Hey, Nevada, tired of your liquor store having the personality of a stale saltine cracker? Lee's Discount Liquor is here to spice things up. We've been slinging the good stuff since 1981. Now, we're 23 stores strong with the biggest booze selection in the state. Wine for your aunt who loves to overshare, craft beer for your hipster cousin, and tequila for, well, you after dealing with them. And the best part? Our prices are so low, you'll think we're drunk on discounts. Trust local. Shop local. Your community's choice. Lee's Discount Liquor.
Now here's Ryan Wallace with the Intermission Report on the Golden Knights Radio Network.
The second intermission is presented by Barry's Downtown Prime at Circa Resort and Casino Las Vegas. The Golden Knights trail the Los Angeles Kings 4-2 after 2 periods play. Taking a look at the highlights in the second period, the Kings made it 3-0 2 minutes in on a deflection from Quinton Byfield.
Here come the Kings. Fiala pulls and shoots. Score! Off the left post and in. Byfield flashing in front on the left wing shot by Kevin Fiala. 3-0 Los Angeles. 2 minutes into the second period.
Quinton Byfield from Kevin Fiala and Alex Laferriere, 1:56 into the second period, made it 3-0 LA. But the Golden Knights spurred on after a scrap from Nick Hague found the answer 3 minutes later on Nick Waugh's backhander from the slot.
Here's McNabb taking the pass with Smith sending it down to the right corner. Waugh turns out in front. Backhander! Stop! Rebound! They score! Riley Smith was on the doorstep. Riley Smith with Nick Waugh hit the Knights' first goal 5 minutes into the second period. It's now a 3-1 lead for Los Angeles.
8th goal of the year for Nick Waugh from Braden McNabb and Riley Smith. 5 minutes into the second made it 3-1 LA. But the Golden Knights made it a 1-goal game 5 minutes later as Tomas Hertl walked out from behind the net and beat David Riddick.
Korczak pinches in, down to the trapezoid, leaves it there. Hertl walks in front and scores! Tomas Hertl! His 25th goal of the season. The 15th player to hit 25 goals in franchise history. And the Knights are within one. 10-13 to go in the second period.
Hertl from Korczak and Pavel Dorofeyev, 9:47 of the second period, made it 3-2 LA. But for all the good work the Golden Knights put in the period, a late goal from Warren Foegele made it a 2-goal deficit once again.
As the Kings go the other way. In the right, Foegele right to the net. He scores! Warren Foegele, his 4th goal in as many games against the Knights this year. 4-2 LA with 1:09 to go in the second period.
Fans, the RTC's Game Day Express service is the best way to get to and from T-Mobile Arena at just $4 round trip from 6 convenient locations around the valley. For more information, visit rtcsnv.com today. We're back with more in a moment. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. You're listening to the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Hi, I'm attorney Adam Kuttner. I grew up playing hockey. To win in hockey, you have to be aggressive, you have to work hard, and you have to have a great team. And it's no different when I'm representing my clients in their personal injury cases. My team and I work hard to get you the maximum settlement as quickly as possible, because winning is everything.
If you've been injured in an accident, ask attorney Adam Kuttner, 702-382-0000. That's 382-0000.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. However, if left untreated, could lead to costly repairs. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Call A1 Garage today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1 from day one.
Proud partners of the Vegas Golden Knights.
The Golden Knights have one mission at T-Mobile Arena: protect this fortress. And the Golden Knights aren't alone. T-Mobile Arena gets 24/7 power protection from EcoStruxure, the advanced IoT platform from Schneider Electric. With EcoStruxure, Arena staff can monitor every building system from a single screen. The result? Energy savings, comfortable fans, and a building ready for anything. That's EcoStruxure from Schneider Electric. Innovation at every level.
It's time to upgrade your roofing and solar experience, and Cooper Roofing and Solar has you covered. Literally. From re-roofing to deck installs, roof tune-ups, skylights, and more, they do it all. Right now, subscribe to Cooper's maintenance plan and get a 15% discount on roof maintenance. Keep your roof in top shape, avoid emergency repairs, and save big. Cooper Roofing and Solar is employee-owned and Southern Nevada's largest roofing company. Call Cooper today at 702-688-7940 or visit coopersolar.com. Cooper Roofing and Solar, proud roofing partner of the Vegas Golden Knights.
T-Mobile has the best 5G coverage in the game, whether you're home or out and about, so you can check out the latest scores in the checkout line. Watch replays on the playground. Or celebrate the game-winning hat trick from the passenger seat. If you're a Golden Knights fan who wants to stay connected to all the action home or away, get the best 5G coverage in the game only at T-Mobile, America's largest 5G network.
See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
We're about to start the third period, but first, here's Ryan Wallace with the intermission wrap-up on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Lee's Family Forum is Henderson's home to the Henderson Silver Knights, Las Vegas Desert Dogs, Vegas Thrill, and so much more. Located in the heart of Henderson, find out more about everything happening by visiting leesfamilyforum.com. See the mission report, the Golden Knights trail the Los Angeles Kings 4-2. Third period action is coming up next for the Golden Knights. They need more of the same of what they did in the second period to try to get this one back to even in the third. Third period action is coming up next. Dan and Gary, they've got the call. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. You're listening to the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
The world's greatest coverage.
Taves, 3-on-1. Taves, Lee, scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
To all the VGK fans who keep their superstitions going throughout the season, you're officially a diehard fan. If you wear gold shoes every game day, diehard fan. If you refuse to clean your jersey because you don't want to wash off the good luck, you're definitely a diehard fan. And you've earned the right to a credit card that's worthy of your devotion, like the Credit One Bank VGK card. With 5 VGK designs to choose from and exclusive offers and deals, it's the card for diehard fans. Visit CreditOneBank.com and see if you pre-qualify. Live large.
Bet like the pros with Circa Sports, the official jersey sponsor of the Vegas Golden Knights. Get all the benefits of the world's largest sportsbook right at your fingertips with the Circa Sports app. Experience the highest betting limits, lowest hold percentage, and the best customer service. Download your new bookie today and bet like a pro from anywhere in Nevada. CircaSports.com, the official jersey sponsor of the Vegas Golden Knights.
AM/PM is about to change things forever. Introducing the new AM/PM Taco 2-Pack. Available in 2 unique flavors, shredded chicken and slow-cooked carnitas. New, sleek, pillowy tortilla case wraps around a protein-packed core brought to life by our flavor-enhancing 6-hour slow-cooking process to deliver all-day value.
New Taco 2-Packs, only at AM/PM and only $5. AM/PM, too much good stuff. Plus tax where applicable. Prices and participation may vary. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, Nevada! Tired of your liquor store having the personality of a stale saltine cracker? Lee's Discount Liquor is here to spice things up. We've been slinging the good stuff since 1981. Now, we're 23 stores strong with the biggest booth selection in the state. Wine for your aunt who loves to overshare, craft beer for your hipster cousin, and tequila for, well, you after dealing with them. And the best part? Our prices are so low, you'll think we're drunk on discount. Trust local. Shop local. Your community's choice. Lee's Discount Liquor.
Vegas! On behalf of Knock the Injury Law, Golden Pipes, Carnell Johnson.
If you've been hurt, Knoxville is the word. Call 702-INJURY.
For Han Knockvey with Knockvey Injury Law. Imagine you've been injured in an accident. Now, do you want an assembly line law firm that treats you like a number and settles early for easy money? Hell no. Call me now for a free consultation at 702-INJURED.
Back to the Fortress for more Vegas Golden Knights action with Dan Duva and Gary Wallace.
Hi from ringside at T-Mobile Arena. Golden Knights trail the Kings 4-2 in the 4th and final regular season meeting for these division foes. The home team has won the first 3. Kings winning twice at home, and the Knights winning here at the Fortress back in October, but they'll need a comeback to win this one. I'm Dan Duva, alongside Golden Knights insider Gary Lawless. Gary is brought to us by Finley Honda of Henderson.
Finley Honda of Henderson. They'll provide you a miracle. Can the Golden Knights provide you a miracle? It's no miracle, actually. They just do it every day at Finley Honda of Henderson. Great cars, great service, great sales.
Underway in the third. Kings win the draw. Left to right they go, wearing their road whites. Black numbers and silver trim. Kings dump it in. Vegas in gold with steel gray numbers and white trim. Vegas gets it rounded out from Alex Petrangelo's stick, and now trouble for the Kings. They've got to go all the way back deeper into their own zone as Riddick sets it up for Brent Clark. He sends it out. Haig was back in his own line. He rips it ahead. Cut off in the neutral zone. Kings back in. Danault tangled up with Brett Howden. Around behind the Vegas net. Petrangelo sends it ahead. Cut off at the line by Joel Edmondson. Haig takes a hit from Fogle behind the net. Fogle rims it to the point. Nobody's there. Got by Barbashev, though, and it goes back to Doughty at the Kings side of the ice. Quick up to Fogle, and on the right wing side. Fogle check to the near corner boards. It ends up around to the far side, and it deflects out of play. Hit the glass, though. Not into lane. No power plays in this game. The only penalties were fighting majors. Nicholas Haig and Samuel Hellenius just after the third Los Angeles goal. That made it 3-0 at 1:56 of the second period. Haig got a spark for his team. Knights scored twice over the next 8 minutes. Waugh from McNabb and Smith. Hurdle from Korzak and Dorothea. And then the Kings got one late in the second. Fogle from Danault and Gavrikov. They're back up by 2. Puck out of play again in the Knights zone. It'll be a right circle draw for the Kings.
Period off to a bit of a fitful start. Been a rough day for Petrangelo and Haig. Did they find their game here in the third?
Jack Eichel's -3.
Yep.
As are Tanner Pearson and Mark Stone. That's been the most glaring deficiency on the Vegas side. You very rarely see that. Eichel is +30 on this season. And the puck just misses him on a breakout pass by Stone. Out to center it goes. Each of these guys had points against Pittsburgh on Friday. Stone with 1 goal, 2 assists. Pearson 1 goal, 1 assist. And Eichel had a helper, extending a scoring streak to 4 games. He's got the puck now. Going toward the right corner. Jammed around the boards. And up to the left point it goes. Hanifin. We got Barbashev, Stone, and Eichel together here. Eichel checked in the small of the back by Anderson. And Hanifin shooting. Save Riddick. Puck comes out to center. Got by Whitecloud. Ahead come the Kings on the left. And a shot saved by Hill to his right. In transition for LaFerriere. But Hill made the save. 2 minutes into the third. Kings 4, Knights 2. Whitecloud banks it right. Dorothea at the line. Dealing with 2 Kings. Dorothea tripped up. The King player got tripped up as well. LA counters 2-on-2. Kuzmenko left and a shot saved by Hill to his right. There with Kopitar. Kuzmenko goes down in the corner. Gary, you start to wonder, are the officials going to call any penalties in this game? Chris Rooney and Carter Samlek have not called any other than the fighting majors, which are automatic. There's no too many men or that sort of thing. Of course they'd have to call. Puck deflects into the King zone and up into the protective netting out of play. Look out, scuffle after the whistle as Pavel Dorothea.
Joel Edmondson.
I think Gavrikov is at the center of this with Dorothea.
Yeah.
Gavrikov and Dorothea both Russian. Gavrikov is 29 and Dorothea is 24. I wonder if they were exchanging words in their native tongue.
I think it actually was Kempe, and then Gavrikov got in the middle of it. I don't know.
Oh, you're right. Kempe was the first man in, and then Gavrikov grabbed the collar of Dorothea. Yeah, you're right. It was Kempe who initiated it. Not sure what initiated all of that, but it was Kempe and Dorothea.
Well, you got to stick up for yourself in the NHL, or people will try and take advantage of you. It's intimidation and bullying are a big part of professional hockey, as we all know.
Adrian Kempe, 6'2" forward, first-round pick in 2014 by the Kings. LA gets it in. Olofsson takes the hit, but made the pass to Watt. Left from McNabb through center. Cross the line with Smith left wing. McNabb rims it around. It goes to the defense by the Kings. Edmondson turned it over. Pass goes to McNabb up top. Looking right has Korzak. The righty scans. Banks it into the right corner. Watt picks it up in the trapezoid. Crossing with Smith. Watt feeds across. Mishandled by Korzak. Wasn't pressured, but it went off the heel of his stick and out to center. Turcotte watching as Korzak plays it forward again. This time the entry there with Smith. Back to the Vegas line and Nick Watt. Watt enters on the right, escaping three Kings. Waggles his way to the right corner, then turns, taking away from Moore, joined by Kolasar. Watt, Kolasar, and Smith still out there. Kolasar escapes to the left, fakes away from Anderson. Lowers the right shoulder, weaving back and forth. Smith grabs the puck, trying to tap it in front. That was stifled. And once more, the Kings have control in their own zone with Philip Danault. Knights have changed it up. 4 minutes gone in the third, 4-2 LA. Right wing blocker saved by Hill on the try by Warren Fogle, who has goals in each of the games against the Knights this year. Another look, they score! Trevor Moore by the glove of Hill. 5-2 Los Angeles. 4 minutes into the third period. Trevor Moore. Lefty with a snapper from the left circle. Moore delivers his 13th. And the Kings, again, a 3-goal lead, equaling their largest lead of the game.
Both Brent Howden and Tanner Pearson take bad paths and allow Moore to get to the middle of the ice, and he's real effective in that part. And again, it's Pietrangelo and Haig out there. It's been a bit of a fight for them. Good players, not every game isn't going to go your way, and this is one of those ones that's been tough for them.
3-goal edge for LA. And now the score of 5-2 is the same as the final score last game at Crypto.com Arena back almost 2 weeks ago. Knights led that game 2-1 after 2. Eichel coming ahead with Stone and Barbashev toward the net. Riddick cut it down. Gavrikov after it. Stone pulls it away. Stone trying to center it. Deflects Hanifin under his stick and out of the zone. Boy, that's happened more often than it typically does here today. In comes LaFerriere. Rocks it off for Fiala. Backward to Doughty. Taps it left. Anderson shoots. Shrugged off by Hill. In an upright position. After a left wall. Byfield rims it around. Doughty right point. At the right point, it's Spence helping out, but it flicks out to center. Fiala. Fiala plays it back ahead. LaFerriere. Slap shot save. Rebound. And it's picked up by Saad out in front. Korzak had done the defensive job to ensure that his team would get control of the rebound. McNabb forward to Dorofeev on the left, tied up by Kopitar. Knocked it loose. McNabb knocked it in. Doughty takes it for LA. Forward on the left for Kempe. To the left, Kuzmenko. Weaving with Kopitar. Extra pass against the grain. Missed Kempe. Knights turn to center. Right wing Tilash Hurdle. Finds Saad coming in. Charging left wing. He shoots. Wide of the short post. Flanks out to Kopitar. Steps away from Haig and jabs it out to center. Kings would be way offside if they continue. Nope, go back off. Both sides will change it up. Knights have the shots advantage through 2 periods at 24-23. LA has the only 5 shots through 6 minutes in the third period. No Vegas shots on goal here in the third. A couple attempts, but not on goal. And that, I think, Gary, is perhaps as perplexing as anything. And you never want to give up 5 goals. But it's the backup goalie for David Riddick. And his numbers against the Knights are terrible in his career. In a decent sample size, 9 games against Vegas. His goals against average is over 4. And you mentioned the game in October Vegas played against LA, the big victory with 6 goals. Riddick was the starter in that one. Riddick has not won a game on the road since November 5th in Minnesota, 0-7 since then. The Knights have beat him only twice on 24 shots. Vegas ices the puck. Just the numbers again. Kemper is the #1 goalie. Good numbers against the Knights, including 2-0 this year. But Riddick 2-7 against Vegas in his career. 4.07 goals against average. 8.64 save percentage. Yet today, he's made 22 saves on 24 shots. It seems that perhaps the Knights are challenging David Riddick as much as they could. He hasn't made too many dazzling saves. Made that big one against Saad in the opening minutes. Yeah, that's about it. Here's Anderson from the left point for the Kings. Deflected in front, up the slot, gathered by the Knights. Here they come. Olofsson looking right. Watt to the outside with Smith on the right wing. Vogel chases him. Back to the points. White Cloud for Hannafin. Into the right circle. He sent it through the blue ice. Just behind Smith. Too far in front of Watt. Nobody could play it. Hannafin shifting on the left. Threw it in front. Off the skate with Smith in front. Defended by Vogel. Comes to the line and out. It'll handled by White Cloud in the neutral zone. Jack Eichel has come on. Eichel looking for Stone, who backhands it off the near glass and all the way down. Barbashev after it. First man there on the forecheck. It deflects up the wall. The Kings control. Byfield left. In comes LaFerriere. Smothered by Korzak. Dislodges the puck. McNabb takes it. Smacks it around the rim to the near side. Barbashev escaping Gavrikov. Eichel works to center. Right wing. Into the zone they come. A shot attempt. Deflected. Eichel knocked into the inboards by Byfield, and a penalty coming up. Interference call. Eichel appears to be okay. The player crashes into the boards. Of course, immediate concern, but popped right back up. No worse for wear. All in one breath from Chris Rooney. It was an interference penalty called against Quentin Byfield, who grabbed the left hip of Eichel and took him into the wall. Eichel kind of turned, so he didn't go into the boards head first. Power play for the Knights when we come back. Trailing 5-2. 12:09 to go, third period. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
To all the VGK fans who keep their superstitions going throughout the season, you're officially a diehard fan. If you wear gold shoes every game day, diehard fan. If you refuse to clean your jersey because you don't want to wash off the good luck, you're definitely a diehard fan. And you've earned the right to a credit card that's worthy of your devotion, like the Credit One Bank VGK card. With 5 VGK designs to choose from and exclusive offers and deals, it's the card for diehard fans. Visit CreditOneBank.com and see if you pre-qualify. Live large.
Come to Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel, California's #1 entertainment destination and the place for big wins. Every month, Yamava gives away luxury cars and exclusive prizes. Play at over 7,200 slots, the most in the West, and catch top-tier entertainment acts. Only at Yamava Resort and Casino, your California to Vegas connection. Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
T-Mobile has the best 5G coverage in the game, whether you're home or out and about, so you can check out the latest scores in the checkout line. Watch replays on the playground. Or celebrate the game-winning hat trick from the passenger seat. If you're a Golden Knights fan who wants to stay connected to all the action home or away, get the best 5G coverage in the game only at T-Mobile, America's largest 5G network.
See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Now back to the action with Dan Duva and Gary Rollins.
We're back at T-Mobile Arena. Knights trailing 5-2 against the Kings. LA has won 2 of the first 3 meetings this year. Only once in prior seasons have the Kings won the season series outright. That was back in 2019-20. Knights to the power play. First man advantage for either team today. Stone for Eichel out high. Left for Hannafin. Delays. Down to Stone. Eichel bumps it right. Dorofeev rips it over the goal. Out to the left point, Hannafin. Eichel to the left corner and Stone. Bertel is parked in the slot. He's got 1 goal today. Eichel behind for Stone. Eichel again at the left wall. Knights were 0 for 3 on the power play last game, after they had a streak of 3 in a row, totaling 5 for 10. Eichel for Stone, bottom of the circle. Threw it in front. Hertl scores! Tomas Hertl sets a new franchise record for power play goals. Knights now trail 5-3 with 11:31 to go in the third period. Hertl's 26th goal of the season, his second today. He's got 12 power play goals, the most in Vegas history.
It's just great work by Mark Stone and Jack Eichel. And eventually, Hurdle just keeps popping up and down, and then he slides down. Stone moves up a bit. Hurdle slides down. Mikey Anderson dives to stop the pass. Stone waits him out. And Hurdle, this is kind of an easy one for him. Slides it along the ice and in. Nice goal.
Now, once Anderson had kind of dove in front of a potential pass, he struggled to get back up into a defending posture. So the score is now 5-3 LA with 11:32 to go in the third period. Tomas Hurdle breaks the tie with Eric Howland and Jack Eichel. All three of them had 11 power play goals in the season, but now Hurdle is all alone, 12. Hurdle working to the slot on his forehand. He is tied up, could not get a shot away. Hat-trick watch now for Tomas Hurdle. Just now is he getting up. Kings enter the zone on the right with Laferriere. Waggles behind the Vegas net. Saad picks him up. And then Pietrangelo to the circle of a shot. Save! Tied up. Byfield was stickless. Haig defended him well enough. You can't kick it into the goal. Kings tag up. Back they come. Clark threw it behind the net. Pietrangelo tries to settle it on the far side. Hurdle instead. And now Pietrangelo. Under 11 minutes to go in the third period. It's LA 5 and Vegas 3. Haig from the center red gets it all the way in. Oh, apparently not. They're going to say icing. Looked like Haig was across the red. But the linesman says no. The officials looking at each other. Referee and linesman trying to figure out exactly what the deal was. Hard to tell with Bruce Cusick announcing the scoring on the play. Hurdle's 26th from Stone and Eichel at 8:28. Jack Eichel extends his scoring streak to 5 games. 1 goal, 6 helpers, 7 points in that stretch. Also 76 points. 2 away from the franchise record. And with every assist, Eichel has an individual career high. From the draw, Anderson's drive missed the net. Olofsson picks up the rebound. Works to center alongside Smith. Olofsson dumps it in. Smith after it, and the goaltender Riddick behind his net, rims it around. Cut off there by the Knights. Korzak for Olofsson. Breaks at the right wall. For Korzak, he shoots. It's blocked. Ends up in the near corner left side. Watt pokes it off the stick of Turcotte. The Kings clear the zone. It will not be enough for icing. Back to the D zone for Korzak. By the way, that goal for Hurdle is the one and only shot on net for the Knights this period. Kings have outshot them for the game now 29-25, and here in this period, they have outshot them by a margin of 6-1. They have the puck in the O-zone. Spencer right point shot blocked by Olofsson. Watt tried to glove it ahead to himself. Fogle took it away and flipped it back deep. Kings on the left side. Pass goes left point. Kept in the zone. Gavrikov right for Spence. Threw it back around the rim. Moore centered. Poked away. Nicholas Waugh with a desperation reach. Now it's flipped ahead. That's over the glass. That's delay a game against Victor Olofsson.
It's been a weird game, Dan. Vegas has made so many mistakes like that.
Vegas penalty number 95. Minor penalty delay a game.
Completely unforced error. No need for it. The icing by Korzak, it was waved off, but it was icing. Haig iced it just before that. And there's been so many missed passes. It's been...
But down that one, Victor Olofsson is looking ahead, but then he looks down.
Yeah.
It's not like he hurried in it. Sometimes the puck just bounces oddly, but he was just a couple of feet away from getting out of his own zone. He didn't have to lift it out at that exact moment, but it's been one of those nights for a few Golden Knights players. 9:28 to go in the third. Vegas trails LA 5-3. Kings power play when we return. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. This is the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
It's time to upgrade your roofing and solar experience, and Cooper Roofing and Solar has you covered. Literally. From re-roofing to deck installs, roof tune-ups, skylights, and more, they do it all. Right now, subscribe to Cooper's maintenance plan and get a 15% discount on roof maintenance. Keep your roof in top shape, avoid emergency repairs, and save big. Cooper Roofing and Solar is employee-owned and Southern Nevada's largest roofing company. Call Cooper today at 702-688-7940 or visit coopersolar.com. Cooper Roofing and Solar, proud roofing partner of the Vegas Golden Knights.
The Golden Knights have one mission at T-Mobile Arena: protect this fortress. And the Golden Knights aren't alone. T-Mobile Arena gets 24/7 power protection from EcoStruxure, the advanced IoT platform from Schneider Electric. With EcoStruxure, Arena staff can monitor every building system from a single screen. The result? Energy savings, comfortable fans, and a building ready for anything. That's EcoStruxure from Schneider Electric. Innovation at every level.
A union we can count on. A union with a legacy, known for hard work and getting things done. We're the ones who built this city with pride. Our members are our family, and their well-being is our #1 priority. Laborers Union Local 872. Vegas strong, union proud.
Now back to the action with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
Kings on top of the Knights 5-3. 9:28 to go, third period. Kings to the power play for the first time in this game. Victor Olofsson with a delay of game penalty, puck over the glass. Kopitar loses the puck to Stone, who swats it down. We got Stone and Eichel on the ice now with McNabb and Pietrangelo. We have not yet seen Riley Smith on a penalty kill. This is the first time shorthanded by the Knights since he has been reacquired. Oh, so good on the kill over the years. Kempe gets through. He scores! Oh, a transition power play goal by the Kings. They are dreadful on the power play. 30th in the NHL, but they get one, catching the Knights by surprise. Adrian Kempe makes it 6-3 Los Angeles. 9:02 to go in the third period. How did that happen? Kempe skated ahead up to the red, backward to Fiala. He banked it up toward the Knights bench. Kopitar made the play right at the Vegas line. Kempe with head of steam the whole way, never slowed down, put it through the 5-hole of Adin Hill for the 6th goal by the Kings today.
Well, you know, Aiden, I didn't like the Fogle goal. You don't like this one, but this stuff is, he was really good early on, and this is just kind of adding insult to injury. But the defenseman, Pietrangelo and I believe it's McNabb.
Yep.
They blew the coverage here big time.
I mean, the Knights' penalty kill has been generally good. Their percentage is below the median, but they're shorthanded on a record pace. Here's an offside against Vegas. But the Kings' power play has half as many goals as the Knights coming into the game. 21 for LA, Vegas 42. 30th by percentage. Gary, that is just the 10th power play goal on the road for LA all season. 30th by percentage in the NHL. Only the New York Islanders had fewer power play goals than the Kings, but they get one with relative ease in transition. Kempe with the marker. Caden Korczak will turn back to his own blue line. He's out there with McNabb. 8:30 to go in the third period. Kings now leading 6-3. Here's Saad in the middle. He scores! That one leaks through the 5-hole of David Riddick. And just like that, it's a 2-goal game again. Brandon Saad with points in 3 straight. His 4th goal in 11 games as a Golden Knight. 8:27 left in the third. Don't go anywhere. 6-4 LA. Korczak started with the puck in his own zone. And it was a misplay with Brent Clark kind of knocking it down. And it went right to Saad, who let it bounce a couple of times and smacks it through Riddick. And Vegas has its 4th goal. Ensuing draw. Kicked into the zone by a stickless Victor Olofsson. He was losing his stick, but he did not slow in his pursuit of the puck. He kicked it in. Kings recover and dump it in. Well, crazier things have happened. It's 8:25 to go in the third period, and the Knights have once again scored 2 here in the third. They trail 6-4. Left wing Smith whips it toward the net, but missed high and right. Right wing shot, Whitecloud save. Riddick secures to his left.
A little pressure on David Riddick now. Vegas needs to fling the puck at him every chance they get.
Kempe from Kopitar and Fiala, the power play goal. Made it 6-3. And then Brandon Saad, the Vegas goal, will be unassisted. I suspect. Korzak had played it in, but Clark knocked it down.
Yeah, I don't know if they would call that a possession, but we'll be interested to see.
Korzak with one assist already today. 36 seconds between those goals. LA wins the D-zone draw, and they clear it out. Well, the Kings, this is why statistics you can oftentimes throw out the window. Right? History, not prophecy. The Kings are 24th in offense. They have scored 6 goals. They are 5th in defense. They've given up 4 goals. Puck is out of play once again. O-zone draw coming for the Knights, and it'll be a right circle draw. Obviously, David Riddick is .500 on the year. He's not as great of the team as a backup goalie at 12-12-2. Kemper, their number 1 goalie, played yesterday. 19-8-7 is Darcy Kemper. Overtime victory for LA. They were desperate for 2 points, having got winless in the previous 5. They start the day 9 points back of the Golden Knights with a game in hand. Face-off win on the right. Whitecloud with a lane. Shot it wide. Kings get the camera, and then out they go. Kopitar weaves in with Kempe. Slight miscommunication to the point for a Downey blast. Saved by Hill. Rebound gathered by Eichel. Charges right wing into the zone with Mark Stone. Eichel to the 4th man. Hanifin lost it in the skates with the back check of Adrian Kempe. Kings have covered that quite well today. Stone set up Eichel. Too much on the pass. It goes by him and out of the zone. Back goes Barbashev. Eichel tried to quick stick it, but puck was already by him. Stone to Whitecloud at center, who dumps it in. Barbashev, Hurdle, and Dorofeev. Dorofeev with Hurdle to create a loose puck. Dorofeev closing on the near side. Turns to the boards where he's double teamed. Hurdle left corner. Rims it around Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo down the boards. Sada let it go to Hurdle in the right corner. Hurdle escapes. He's got 2 goals today. He shoots. Save. Rebound off the stick of Dorofeev as he's trying to walk in front. And now it gets by Haig at the right point. Out of the zone. Look out. LaFerriere right to the goal. Lifts it too high. Turned on the Jets and beat Haig. But he couldn't get a shot on net. Hurdle in his own zone for the Knights. Looks ahead. Pietrangelo. To the left wing has Dorofeev sneaking in. Turns to the outside, though. Defended by Doughty, and then the puck gets by Hurdle. End of the shift. Here comes Moore with a goal today. Stick save! Rebounded Dorofeev. He lost it in the skates, though. Deneau settles for the Kings. Dishes left corner. McNabb engaged there, but the puck came in front. Sticked away by Hill. Deneau banks it out to the right point for Drew Doughty. Into the right circle, Deneau again. Pops up top. His pass attempt blocked out of the zone by Pavel Dorofeev. 5:40 left in the third. Kings 6, Vegas 4. Trevor Moore delays high on the right side as reinforcements arrive. Dump it into the right corner. Kings on it again. Low to high for Doughty, the righty. He shoots. Broke the stick of Smith on the play. Puck ended up wide left. Smith gets a new one from the bench. Ties up Fogle. Play continues far side. Trevor Moore rims it behind. Intercepted by McNabb. He's there with Caden Korzak. Played it ahead on the far side for Riley Smith. And now Nicholas Watt. Up through the center logo. Enters the zone. Watt put it through the legs of Mikey Anderson. The goaltender David Riddick stepped out and poked it up to the near side left. Hanifin for Korzak, who threw it across. Whitecloud threw it across. It comes to Watt on the near side. He's triple teamed. Fight for the puck is now nudged by Hanifin out of the zone. Whitecloud turns back to his own end. Under 5 minutes to play in the third. 6-4, LA leads Vegas. Olofsson works in. Olofsson stick checks several times. Puck ends up in the corner and he swats it around. Whitecloud pinches in. Kings take it and rim it around. Back to the left wing. Taken by Kempe. Clears it out. Whitecloud grabs it at center. Whitecloud fires it back in. Off the glass behind the goal. Gavrikov reverses to Mikey Anderson. Howden rushes into the zone. But the Kings break it out. Whitecloud was tied up. 2-on-1 developing. Kempe shoots. Saved by Hill. Rebound. Goes just wide on the follow-up by Quinton Byfield. Vegas can't clear. Byfield feeding right. Pearson breaks it up. Pearson and Fiala come together. Both go down. Kept in the zone by Gavrikov. Here in the right corner, LaFerriere. Centering pass. Fiala stopped by Hill. 4 minutes to go. Kings leading by 2. Byfield put it in front. Back to Byfield. He swung and missed from a sharp angle. Bottom of the right circle. And the Knights clear the zone. Slow moving puck. Icing is called.
Oh, boy.
Wow. Oh, no. The crowd groans, and Gary disagrees as well. Well,
Dorofeev, great play by Riddick to poke check it away from Pav before he could cut to the front of the net. Aiden Hill with a big save on Kempe. 2 goals, 3:47. Vegas needs a quick one to make it fun.
Face off far circle. Knights get control. White Cloud with Hannafin. Forwards are Kolasar, Howden, and Pearson. Of course, Barbashev, Howden, and Kolasar had been a trio for the last several games, but they've moved Barbashev to play up with Eichel and Stone. In other words, they've flip-flopped Pearson and Barbashev. Knights get it out of the zone. Mark Stone's line coming on. Stone, Eichel, and it is not Barbashev this time, Gary. It is Dorofeev on the ice with Eichel and Stone. Vegas coming out of its own end. White Cloud for Eichel. They'll pull the goalie now. Eichel charging to the net. Peels away. Bottom of the left circle. Trying to throw it in front. Dowdy blocked it, and he clears it out. That goes Pietrangelo to his own zone. They're going to call icing.
I like that call either.
No, neither one of them should have been icing. Neither one of them. That benefits the Knights, obviously, with 2:56 to go in the third period. When the puck slows down to that velocity, the officials are often encouraged to wave off the icing. But in this situation, at least there was consistency. Knights trailing 6-4 with under 3 minutes to go. Aiden Hill on the bench for a 6th attacker. Knights have scored a few times this year with a 6th attacker. Dorofeev, Eichel, and Pietrangelo with the 3, including 2 against the Blues in the same game. Here's Eichel to the middle. Barbashev shot. Rebound! Stone was stopped by Riddick. A diving save to his right. Puck goes behind the net. Kings on it. They'll clear it down. It's going to go wide of the net. It'll be an icing. There's the whistle. With 2:39 to go in the third. Mark Stone was inches, maybe less than an inch, from getting the 5th Vegas goal. Barbashev shot it. Blocker saved by Riddick, but he makes a mad reach to his right for the rebound stop on Stone.
That's a great shot. Yeah, great shot from Stone with no time, and a great save by Riddick.
The rebound from Stone at the left goal line gets Riddick in the blocker and then the shoulder. 2:39 to go. Hertl wins the draw for Eichel. Hannafin passes right. Dorofeev. Left for Eichel. He shoots. Save. Rebound to the trapezoid and Stone. Dishing right for Dorofeev. Stone and Dorofeev in the right corner. Taken away by Kopitar. Comes loose for Hannafin. Rink wide left for Eichel. Jack scanning from the outside the near circle. Now Stone at the goal line. Stone walks in. Back to the outside. Eichel for Stone. Looking back door. They score! It's Hertl! It's a hat trick! It's a one-goal game with 2:12 to go. Tomas Hertl with his 7th career hat trick. The Knights have come back to within 1 with their goal on the bench for a 6th attacker. Tomas Hertl has 3 goals today, 2 in the third period, and the Knights are oh so close to tying this game. Hertl was checked several times by old nemesis Drew Doughty in front. But once Stone and Eichel changed position, Hertl changed position on Doughty and got behind him. And eventually the pass got to him right at the top of the crease. Stone to Hertl through the 5-hole of David Riddick.
Another great play between Eichel and Stone to get it to Hertl there, but he has just become so effective. He just gives Doughty a little shove and then uses his body to protect the space so that Stone can get him the puck. And Mark right on his stick, and it's Hertl and Dorofeev slapping at it, but it is Hertl.
Up to 27 goals, including 3 today. As we told you earlier, In franchise history, it's only happened 15 times. A player to score 25 goals. 8 different people have done it. Hurdle joining the list, led by Marchessault, Carlson, Smith, and Eichel, who've done it multiple times. Plus Eric Allen, James Neal, and Max Pacioretty.
And it's kind of one of the vagaries of hockey. If you throw anything on the ice, you can endanger your team into taking a delay of game penalty, except perhaps after a hat trick. And this has served as a timeout for Bruce Cassidy. He's been able to rest his best players and have a conversation with them over on the bench.
So you've got 5 combined goals in the third period. Period started with a 5-2 lead for the Kings when Trevor Moore scored. Make it 5-2. Then Hurdle made it 5-3 with a power play goal for the Knights. Then Kempe scored a power play goal for the Kings. It was 6-3 LA. And now Brandon Saad unassisted. And Hurdle, the power play goal, made it a 1-goal game. Knights get it in with 2:09 to go. Hill stays in his crease for the moment. Fight for the puck near the right corner. The stick of Law breaks as the puck ends up in the Vegas zone. It's an icing.
There you go. Here comes Hill, and here comes Eichel et al.
Now you had to give that group a little bit of a break, even with the hats on the ice. Stone and Eichel do have the assist, as you mentioned, Gary, so multi-point games for those guys as well. Setting up the previous Hurdle goal, the power play goal. That was a 5-on-4 goal. This was a 6-on-5 goal. So now, remember, as I mentioned a moment ago, January 20th, the Knights scored 2 in this scenario. Here's Noah Hannafin. He shoots, knocked down in front. Rebound jammed away from Hurdle. At the right circle, from the right corner, Hannafin kicks it, decked into the sidewall by LaFerriere, and the Kings manage to clear the zone. Slow-moving puck, it will not be enough for icing. Eichel grabs it and turns behind his net, joined by Hannafin. 1:35 to go in the third. It's a 6-5 Kings lead. They've led by as many as 3. Eichel sends it in. Gavrikov knocks it down, sends it right back out. It will go wide right of the empty net. It is an icing. Missed by just 2 or 3 feet.
You gotta be careful when you're dumping it in. Eichel and Hannafin are having a conversation about something. Jack wants to know to shoot it.
By the way, Hurdle's hat trick, the second of the year. Pavel Dorofeyev had one in Nashville back on January 14th. Been a losing effort. Face off left side. Hurdle wins it for Stone. Taps it back. Hannafin. Left wall for Jack Eichel. Jack scans the middle. 1:18 to go. Hannafin. Straight on. The lefty walks left. Got it to Jack Eichel again. Eichel. Down to the bottom of the circle for Stone. Scans the middle. Looking back door. Kempe got a piece intended on the right for Hannafin. Leaves it in the corner for Dorofeyev. Hannafin again. Dorofeyev, the right goal line. Dorofeyev scanning the middle. Throw it up top for Hannafin with a minute to go. Dorofeyev coming out high. Got it to Barbashev. Rink wide for Eichel. Challenge for the left circle. Eichel for Hannafin. To the right, Dorofeyev. Just missed wide. Riddick might have gotten the piece. Hannafin keeps it in the zone with 40 seconds. Stone slashed. Hannafin shoots. That's high. Play continues at 6-on-5. Dorofeyev for Barbashev. And Barbashev inexplicably gave it back to Dorofeyev, who was checked by Byfield. Kings clear the zone. Down to 27 seconds. Eichel recovers the puck. 6-on-5 for the Knights, trailing the game 6-5. Eichel ahead. Eichel tripped up at the line. Kings get the puck. It goes as far as the Vegas line. Eichel just now is getting out of the zone. 13 seconds. Here's Hurdle with 3 goals today. Hurdle shoots. Deflected up and out of play. 7 seconds left.
It'll be an offensive zone draw for Vegas. Bruce Cassidy will call timeout.
Looked like the Knights were really threatening there. Yeah. Barbashev and Dorofeyev went back and forth, and for whatever reason, Barbashev returned the puck to Dorofeyev, but Byfield was closing on him. Barbashev sort of had his back to the slot, so he was looking at Dorofeyev, but perhaps wasn't sure if he could make a blind pass elsewhere. But it ends up with the Kings clearing the zone and not committing an icing. But the Knights will have an O-zone draw. They've changed the clock 9 seconds now, 9.0. So certainly time to draw up a play and execute it. As Dom Ducharme is stepped down at the bench with the whiteboard. Bruce Cassidy has stepped just behind Dorothea, behind Dom Ducharme as well. 9 seconds to go. Vegas on the comeback. Game has not been tied since 0-0. Kings led 2-0 after 1, 4-2 after 2. They went up 5-2 here in the third. The Knights have roared back, and it's 6-5 LA. Tomas Hertl has a hat trick in the game, and he'll line up in the slot with a right circle draw. Jack Eichel will take the face-off against Anze Kopitar. 6-on-5 for the Knights. They need a goal to tie it. Riddick watches to his left. Stalemate at the draw. Puck squirts right goal line. Hertl knocked over. He centers up the slot. A shot tipped in front. Clock will go down to triple zeros. The shot attempts from Watt went wide right by inches, and the game is over. Kings hold on and defeat the Knights 6-5. They had a chance in the final 9 seconds. Hertl got tripped up back behind the goal. He centered, and the shot attempt was knocked down in front. Watt with another opportunity, but it went wide, and the Knights then just ran out of time. In the final again, LA 6, Vegas 5, and the Kings have won 3 of 4 meetings this year. Something that they last did back in 2019-2020. That ends the Knights' win streak at 4. And the only losses since the Four Nations break have come at the hands of the Kings. Vegas with victory against Vancouver here at home. Loss at LA. Then wins against Chicago, New Jersey, Toronto, and Pittsburgh. But they find themselves in the loss column once more today at the hands of the LA Kings, who've now won 2 in a row after they were winless in the previous 5. And up to 75 points. That is 7 back of the Golden Knights as the division leaders. And the Kings also have 1 game in hand.
And the Kings now return home for 7 in a row in their own building. They are 23-4 at Crypto.com Arena this season. And they will get a real good stretch in their own beds and on their own ice. Positive for Vegas, obviously.
It just, Gary, it's 6 out of the next 8 are at home for LA.
Okay. The positive for Vegas today is they came back. They didn't quit. They scored 5 goals. You have to feel really good about that. You scored a power play goal. You scored a 6-on-5 goal. Hertl continues to dominate. They just... they were out of sync all game long. Made a lot of bad passes. Iced the puck a number of times when they didn't need to. Gave the puck away. Their best players, Eichel and Stone, were at one point were -3.
Yeah, Tanner Pearson ended up -4.
So, yeah. Now, we're going to get on the plane tomorrow morning, and Dan and I will be looking for one thing. Whether or not William Karlsson is on it. And Bruce Cassidy has said that he expects William to make the trip and to play at some point on the trip. How would he impact a game like this? How does he impact the lineup? Because they've got 3 good lines right now. They're missing something. And William Karlsson, Bruce Cassidy's got some time now to try and figure out some chemistry. I wouldn't be surprised if he leans right away on Karlsson and Smith, because that's automatic chemistry.
Now, sometimes when Bruce changes the lines during the game, you get a glimpse into the short-term future, and the fact that they flipped Pearson and Barbashev in the third period. Sure, you're looking for some kind of a spark, but it also is a sign that, it's about that time for those guys to get back together.
Yeah.
Eichel and Barbashev, who Bruce has pointed out as a duo that he likes to see. He likes Hertl and Dorofeev. And, of course, he likes Riley Smith and William Karlsson. So, Colasar and Watt is another duo. So, whether or not they get to those duos right away, or, we don't know exactly when Karlsson may return, but there is indication that it could be on this upcoming 4-game trip. Pittsburgh, Columbus, Buffalo, and Detroit. And, then there will be that experimenting. And then there also, Gary, is the question of who comes out of the lineup, because when Carlson returns, someone will have to come out. Today, Victor Olofsson replaced Cole Schwindt. Olofsson was unavailable because of injury last game. Raphael Lavoie is also injured. But Schwindt was a healthy scratch today, so that means when Carlson returns, there's going to be another healthy scratch up front.
Yeah, there's 3 guys fighting for one spot right now, and that's Olofsson, Pearson, and Schwindt. And, it might be... Remember when Cassidy had Teddy Bluger, and it enabled him to use different flavors? So depending on the opponent, he might think, all right, we need this from our guys tonight. I'm going to use this player. And if another night he thinks he needs a little more speed and a little more heaviness, he can use Schwindt. He needs more scoring, he can use Olofsson. He needs somebody right down the middle, he can use Pearson. He's got opportunity, he's got depth, and he's got options. That's a great place to be for a head coach.
Well, the goals allowed by the Knights today, 6 is an ugly number.
Yeah.
But, they do score 5. It's kind of the opposite side of that coin where they beat Chicago 7-5. Ooh, you give up 5, but scored 7. That was in a win. Now, this one is harder to swallow because it's against a division opponent that now has the series lead on you this year and has won the season series at 3-1. And the Edmonton Oilers, Gary, not in action today. They will play at Buffalo tomorrow. And the standings are interesting with Edmonton defeating Dallas yesterday and the win for the Los Angeles Kings today. Updated standings. Vegas remains at 82. Edmonton at 78. Los Angeles at 75. So you've got 7 points between the leading Golden Knights and the third-place Kings.